Why is what so hard?
Finding workstation class fucking computers from Hewlett Packard.
Oh, God, sorry, guys.
Bless you.
Sorry, guys.
It's like a Z something,
Yes, something.
Z80.
not a Z8.
Okay, so
Well,
it is
well,
Wednesday,
what
the
is a
19th of
Z8?
March 2025, and we're playing Star Trek.
Okay, so I want to help weave a scene for you guys. Okay?
Found it.
Okay.
So, a sprawling desert stretches beneath a sky awash with two pale moons and a sea of glittering stars. Rising from the dunes like the remnants of a forgotten age stands the great mechanism. A vast clockwork-like metropolis of whirring gears, pendulums and slowly grinding cogs, interwoven with buildings of sandstone and metal. The city pulses with an eerie golden glow as enormous hourglasses the size of towers slowly rotate, marking the relentless passage of time. At the heart of the city, in the towering chronodrome, a vast circular chamber of intricate gears and suspended timepieces, Elder Corvos, a solemn figure clad in dark blue robes embroidered with spirals of silver thread, stands before a massive, ancient, orrery-like device that displays the celestial dance of Novaterra's moons and sun. Around him, robed scholars move in measured, precise steps, the keepers of time. A massive pendulum swings overhead, marking time with a deep, resonant clang. The keepers are gathered in a half circle around Elder Corvos, who speaks in a calm, deliberate tone. The stars have shifted, but not as they should. A new presence lingers among them. A hooded keeper steps forward. Keeper Varren, younger but no less grave. The anomaly you predicted, Elder, it has arrived. A shimmer of holographic light swirls above them, a detailed projection of the wreckage in orbit, slowly tumbling, fractured and silent. The gathered keepers watch with solemn dread, their eyes reflecting the fragments of the shattered dream of Novaterra. The Novaterran vessel did not return to us. It lingers in the void, broken. The chamber grows quiet except for the endless ticking of the great chronometer, the immense mechanical heart of the keeper's domain. Then our time has come. The lines of history have converged. The keepers exchange glances. This is the moment they have long awaited, the event their calculations foretold. Elder Corvos lifts a small, polished timepiece from within his robes, its gears whirring softly. He presses the dial and the hologram shifts, revealing a new shape among the stars. The USS Tamworth, distant but unmistakable. They have come. The next hand upon the clock. The ticking grows louder, filling the chamber with an almost unbearable weight.
Did they all commit suicide with $5 in their top pockets?
No, that's an idea for a future one. That was actually meant to be the teaser of the program.
Mm-hmm. That's the cold open.
The cold open indeed. Okay, so meanwhile, you guys are in the ready room. Can we have the captain's log supplemental, please?
Captain's log supplemental. We've arrived over the planet. Our excitement grows as we approach a first contact scenario. We have made our plans based on the best information we have, but we really don't have much. Ultimately, we have to make contact based on the best information we have. In my ready room, we are putting together a team, which will need to be ready for anything, especially negotiations. Right now, however, there is an important decision to be made, namely, Sub-Centurion Thalmec. What should we do with him?
Yes, I just realised the irony of getting you to read that out, but anyway. Okay, so, this shouldn't take long. This should not take long, and with you guys it could, but anyway, I hope not. Since you don't know what to expect, you really do need to be ready for anything. Now, just on the basis of anything that you ever face in a likely away team mission, you know that you could face negotiations, which would make diplomacy, rapport, deceive, and empathy useful. You could face unknown equipment or technology, making science, engineering, and operations useful. You could face completely unknown situations, making academic, will, and physique useful. You could face potential enemies, making fight, tactical, and security useful. In short, all the skills your characters have could be useful. And don't forget notice. Any skill that you have could be useful, and also don't forget your aspects. The away team will consist of at least one member for each player character. You could choose to send your main character down, or you could, if you prefer, send down a generic character who would have very limited skills, but you could play with. That's up to you. Meanwhile, there is a decision to be made. There is no question that the Sub-Centurion Thalmic's skills would be useful on the team. Do you send him down or not? Okay, I'm just going to go and wash my hands and you guys can start discussing this.
I found it, by the way. It's the HPZ4, I think.
What's the CPU?
It's a Xeon. Well, it's either a Intel Core X series or a Xeon W with 18 cores.
We can probably get another one. The motherboard, a good workstation motherboard should have two sockets.
Right. We've got ECC memory. You can have up to 2 graphics cards. I think it just comes with one. So I don't really get a choice. We have to buy them through, our IT supplier, our IT
You're getting it for
department.
learning large language models?
No.
Oh, okay.
Machine learning, but not large language. And it can take up to half a terabyte of DDR4 EEC SDRAM.
That's a lot.
Well,
You
yeah.
probably don't need that much.
You say that, but I'm going to put quite a lot of RAM in it because for a couple of reasons. We use spatial data sets a lot, and
So I'm just catching up, John.
Okay.
a high resolution raster actually uses up a lot of RAM.
Hey, Rasta man!
And I've got code that runs matrix algebra, and if you can hold 2 massive matrices in RAM and multiply them together in RAM, it's way quicker than doing it any other way. For that reason, I'd probably
Get
put
back to the games then. We do.
I'll probably
No,
put
we won't.
a lot of RAM in it. Anyway, you were just asking.
Okay, can you just read that last part again, John? Since we got a bit sidetracked and just...
Give me one moment because I was going to use that time to actually sort this out.
Oh,
Sorry, keep
do we
going.
want a cup of do we want a cup of tea?
I told you it wasn't going to be over so soon.
That's right, he was just still thinking.
I just
There was
bought it.
the
He just...
Sorry.
I just
He
bought
just
it.
just
Okay.
got to wait.
Sorry.
So
The question
what-
was: are we going to?
What was the last part you read out, John?
Okay, I'll read the last
the-
part out to you.
What we're going to do is we're going to make a decision about whether we're going to send down our main characters
Yep.
or a proxy character who
Right.
has roughly the
And
same
proxy,
skills but
proxy.
are not.
Actually,
the
I'm
same
going
level?
to say no. You will be very limited skills.
That's sorry.
There's
That's
no-
what I was
there's
trying
I
to.
no
should
way.
also mention here that proxy characters are likely to show up at various times depending on what happens.
Okay.
But your proxy character would have a normal a skill level of 2 for any skill that is. So, for example, a proxy engineer, a generic engineer would have 2 plus skill in engineering, and blank skill boxes so that you can add whatever skills you feel necessary in the given situation. Blank aspect boxes which you can have fun with as you wish. But other than that, so the fun of these characters would be creating them as you go. Other than that, however, Other than that, however, they would be fairly inferior.
I would take my own character.
Yep, that's fine.
That
So
be
would-
my
Well, my
choice.
character has 4 will, 3 diplomacy, and 3 engineer. So, given Jono's description, I think we should take him.
Okay, fair enough.
I think
I'm sending me.
we should.
But
all,
meanwhile-
we should all have main character syndrome for this purpose.
Yes. And by the way, the captain would be coming down on this as well. So if somebody could operate the captain's character, that would be
Can we get to lose all the critical characters
Yep.
at once
not all of them.
in a huge disaster?
I don't think Urban would agree with that.
With what?
You know.
Well, he's not here to make that decision.
You know what happened last
We
week?
can have
Dun,
a trade
Nothing.
war.
Nothing
What
happened.
What happens if you try and climb a wall?
Anyway, I will say
Different campaign.
the away team will contain at least one member for each PC. You could choose to send your main character down, or you could choose to send down a generic character who would have a skill of 2 for any skill roll, for the main skill roll.
Now, the other question you asked was,
And-
should we bring somebody?
Should you bring Sub-Centurion Thalmec with you?
Who is Sub-Centurion Thalmec?
The guy who was previously Will Crusher but turned out to be a Romulan deep
But
cut
was
agent.
wearing an AI mask the whole time.
Yes, it was a
Actually,
cunning
sir-
disguise.
Actually surgically altered to appear human.
So painful.
It was just his scar.
A small question out of continuity.
Yeah.
Have we actually got any explanation as to the nature of his deep cover? Like, what was he I mean, is he a refugee or is he a political spy?
That is a deep mystery. I will tell you, out of character, I will tell you, he knows, but you haven't asked the right questions.
Why haven't we waterboarded him yet?
It's not part of Stuffly.
You have used.
We
You
don't.
have,
yes, and fluffy
you
blue
have used the fluffy
handcuffs.
handcuffs.
Which
You
is
have-
even more torture than
Which,
Yes.
by the way, was a bit of a surprise to me. But you know what I thought? Let's go with that, shall we?
That was my
You
first
do
game.
realise
I
that
didn't
the
get
fluff
to
on the
make my
fluffy
second
blue,
stage.
the handcuffs are psychotropic in nature.
No.
I actually toyed with the idea of stunning you in the lift, taking you back to my cabin, dressing up in a full cat suit, and just meditating in front of you in cat ears.
That was going to achieve what exactly? But anyway,
Probably playing with his mind. Okay, so
This would have involved undressing and dressing him while he's
You
unconscious.
don't need to dress someone to put a. I could have put a cat onesie on you right now. I wouldn't have to undress you.
You've thought about this, haven't you?
Don't ask.
do I really want to know why you've thought about this
Don't
bit?
ask.
onesies are very loose. You don't actually
I-
have to do all in half a
You
second.
didn't specify onesie.
I said
He
onesie.
did say
You
onesie.
said catsuit.
I said cat onesie.
You said that. When? Well,
I
don't
said it before you opened your mouth.
know. Okay. Well, I failed to absorb that piece of information. All I heard was catsuit, and then you said cat onesie after that. Yes.
We could have lived long, happy lives without this discussion. Now,
Absolutely.
Do you want me to go back?
No,
to
it
the
doesn't.
board?
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so it has been observed that Thalmic's skill sets would probably be useful in this situation. Nevertheless, can we do without him?
How so? How so would it be useful?
I believe you've got. I can't remember what you've got. Sorry.
Yeah,
He has skills.
What's Thalmec good
I'm
for?
trying to regurgitate the
Multiplying.
general statement from the Games Master.
Sorry.
He said
I shall
he
read
has
the general
skills,
statement again, since
Thank
it
you.
seems to be
and I said we're
necessary.
multiplying.
Okay.
Thalmec. Skills.
I understand.
In a hint that comes down from on high with an exceedingly great clang,
Yes.
Thalmec skills.
you know that at the very least, you could face negotiations,
Yes.
making diplomacy, rapport, deceive, and empathy useful.
That's one.
Unknown equipment or technology, making science, engineering, con, and operations useful. You could face totally unknown situations, making academic, just knowing stuff, will, the ability to just keep on keeping on, and physique, big muscles, useful. You could face potential enemies, making fight, tactical, and security useful.
We can use him as a barricade.
In short, whatever skill anybody's got, And that, by the way, includes any skills I forgot to put on my list.
Oh, Mr. Deceitful over here.
See, he can disguise himself as a wall and hide us.
Well, put it this way, he spent years with you guys not even realising he was a Romulan, so...
Yes.
Hence the fact his character's
con
got
with
hot.
two N's means something different to
Means,
con.
okay, it means controlling the starship.
It's not.
However,
fun, people.
However, in our context here, not only does it involve controlling the starship, I also broaden that to flying any kind of aircraft or spacecraft, and I'm even quite happy with, for example, driving a ground vehicle being that skill. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, it does.
General technology still.
Yeah. So what do you reckon?
Driving the car is his thing.
Thalmec is good. Do we want to take Thalmec with us? What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Thalmec.
There's probably no
That
sense
means
of
Dave has to play two characters at once. Thalmec. Would Dave be okay?
I'll be
Good. You got to use your
I've
left
kept
brain
the-
and your
I've
right
kept
brain.
the fate points separate, so I'll be alright.
Okay, cool.
Benji, what do we know of the planet? Catch me up.
I fucked it up.
You fucked it up.
Well, you haven't completely, because if you
Have
have a
we
look
scanned
here,
the planet?
if you have a look
Tell me
here,
we've
this is
scanned
what
the
you
planet.
have discovered.
Are you trying to be the
Volcanic
engineer from
region.
Aliens?
No. It's,
Advanced
this is
ancient
supposedly an
world.
exercise that,
Mega city.
for your left and right brain.
You can't do that.
You point with one finger and you thumbs up with the other, and then you swab them and try and do it quickly. It's,
Oh, I see, right.
Yeah, I can't do that.
it's actually quite hard.
Anyways,
Neves, have we been listening to chatter on the ground? What are these people talking about? What are they
I
like?
believe we have been listening
Can't
to
do it.
chatter on the
Yeah.
ground.
Yes.
Good about it.
I cannot. The player cannot remember what the broad.
well, the
We
first
haven't
thing,
got anything specifics. We have got that there is an awful lot of comms going in between that large city, and there's still comms going in between most of the other places, but to a much smaller extent.
Alright, let's make this easier. Hone in
I
on
was
Mega
best
City
at
and
it
put
this
it
afternoon.
on
We're just
audio.
doing this.
Okay.
No, that's
Can you
not.
remind
what
us
you-
what
what
our
you
plan
hear-
that we actually made last week
Fun.
was?
pardon?
Can you remind us what our plan
Yeah,
was?
usually
The plan that you made last week was
You need
to
to keep your thumb down.
send an unmanned probe with data,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
which-
hard, isn't it?
you may have noticed has arrived. Hence, the keepers of time know about the existence of your ship.
Right.
And also, you were going to make contact with a scientific group on the planet.
We're still arguing
So you
about how
decide.
to do it.
No, you weren't arguing. You actually had decided that you were going to visit the villages in the ancient ruins.
Oh, that's right. I remember now.
Why? Why are we going to the ancient world?
Did we?
Oh, I thought the ancient ruins would be interesting
Okay.
and might tell us something about the history of these people because they seem to be. Aren't they humans?
Yeah, they're
Yes, that's the
humans.
other thing you discovered. They are humans
Earth-based humans.
with an acceptable level of genetic
That's
drift,
right. They have genetic similarities to
But an
surprising degree.
but an unusually large
yeah,
population.
yeah, and then we did the maps on the population growth and worked out that couldn't be possible in
And-
the time frame available. But never
And
mind
the
that.
GM actually did some thinking and worked out how that could work. So,
Oh, good.
to reward the
Cloning.
scientist who put some effort into that.
cloning.
That was me.
Actually, it was you. You worked out that there was a very big population. He actually worked out how big the population was.
No, I did that too.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well done, both of you.
So
Anyway.
Both of me.
10 out of 10 koala stamp.
we're
I
gonna
was
need
talking- I
some
remember talking
altering
about the
because
population
taking
growth
a Vulcan down.
Oh yes, and the other thing,
A walking cat.
the other
might
thing that you
actually draw suspicion.
the other thing that you didn't that they hadn't mentioned was that the language that the people here speak is some kind of bastardized version of Esperanto.
That's right. I remember.
So they do. So if you're talking to them, whilst after a little while your universal translator will get the hang of it, at first you'll notice that they're speaking largely Esperanto, but it is an Earth language. So
It is an Earth language, and a known one at that. I'm sure we've got records of it on the computer.
oh yes, and when you were looking over the remains of the warp capable starship that had been found, you noted that there was a dit 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 da da dit 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 message.
Yes, there was.
Well, like an SOS message.
Yes.
from the ancient ruins.
No, from the
From
warp
the-
spacecraft.
From the spacecraft
Oh,
we found in space
yeah.
that was abandoned.
Okay, so you've decided to take Sub-Centurion Thalmec with you.
Yes.
Yes.
I smell
All right,
slightly
and-
of smoke.
So are we more or less...
I was at a smoking ceremony this
It
morning.
has been pointed out that
As in-
the presence of
Why?
two obvious
Because we're
non-humanoids,
doing a welcome
as
to
in a
control.
Kazenti and a Vulcan, may cause comment.
Yeah.
Do we
You
actually
alright,
want
Peter?
to ride with that, or do we want to have, holographic projectors to
Well, can't we
disguise us?
Can't we
or
just have
We
the
burn
normal,
gum leaves and
amazing, deep surgical procedures on each end of the mission?
We
Well,
put the smoke
You could
on
do that, or you could holographize
Satan.
yourselves.
No, we follow tradition.
Sounds very satanic to me.
Okay. Or we could do what always works with Vulcans and Romulans.
Mm-hmm.
Put
They
it
could wear a
around
headband.
their head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cat.
You're not a cat. You're a Romulan.
But he's both.
Your
No.
adopted
You're,
daughter's
you're a
cat.
pointy-eared guy with green blood.
Oh, hang on, the captain.
Yes, and the captain is a cat.
The captain is a cat. Yeah, the captain's going to be a bit hard to disguise with a
Yeah.
The
headband.
captain is a cat and identifies as a cat. as
Yes.
Yes.
And he's into jazz.
well, as a cat
He's a cat.
person.
Thalmec will just wear a
Yeah,
beanie.
he is. He's a cool cat.
Thalmec will wear a beanie. That's right. And by the way, since he's been acknowledged as being part of the crew for this mission anyway, he will be wearing a normal Starfleet uniform.
We could dress him as a mummy.
Do we have some kind of hologram technology where we
Yes,
can
you do.
just,
Yes.
just make
So
it
if you
Well,
wish
I
to-
think we need to do a scan and wear civilian clothes rather than wear.
skibbity doo dah dee.
Okay.
Something
uniform.
for-
Okay, but your characters will still have uniforms on because I can't repaint them that fast.
Sure.
Skibbity doo.
But they're going to be dressed like the
Skibbity
people.
dah.
Are there a lot of people around the ancient ruin site?
At the ancient ruin site, you recognise that there's a significant number of people. There are
Well,
in the okay
we should dress like them.
What
This is-
are they wearing?
Clothes. hopefully.
in the area where they
Completely nude.
in the area where they are.
Yep.
There are a lot of villages and so forth, which are obviously connected to the ruins. But the ruins itself has a relatively small number of people there. But a small but significant number of people.
Here's what we don't do is we don't dress as high priests because then people will
No.
ask us questions for which we will not know the answer.
No, we're going to dress as well. We do a scan, get what are the common folk wearing, and wear that.
I'm going to tell you, some of the scans in
Something
Star
slightly
Trek are
more
good, but
formal
not that good.
They're dressed as Trump.
You probably won't be able to find what the local
Well,
dressing
then we'll
styles are.
bring one and steal from the
Just
nearest
find an area that
laundry
people are
line.
milling around, and we'll
And stun them and take their clothes.
magnify until we can see the people.
Yes, when you do that, you see that they're wearing clothes.
Great, and we want to replicate those clothes.
Using our replicators.
I have images in my mind of
can
the
also-
clothes that you get from a Minecraft from a Minecraft scene. So yes, the replicator produces very large blocky things, which is to the limits of the pixel range.
What are you talking
It's just
about?
fairly
That's
standard
ridiculous.
Starfleet protocol to replicate.
I'm just joshing with you just for the fun of it.
Mhm.
If you want to be wearing the clothes that they wear when they get down there, you're all wearing very rough sackcloth robes.
That'll work.
I did ask that we do a slightly more formal-looking version of what they're wearing. I'm
No,
not sure if we can
no,
if there is such a
no,
thing
we'll
as
blend in.
formal
Blend
sackcloth
in, you
clothes.
weirdo.
What, do you want to look like the High Priest?
No, we'll blend in. We'll blend in. So
I
it
want
looks
to be
like
the
comedy.
Pope. No one will ever suspect.
Well, they will because he's in hospital, isn't he? Already come out.
I thought
No,
he was
he's still in
dead.
there.
He's not dead.
Now,
He's not
Now
dead.
he's dead.
Is there anything anybody
Pope is
wants?
dead.
Stop saying that on the V. You'll lose that Catholic audience.
He's actually doing the
I don't see any
Catholic bots are
Catholics.
already gone. I'm sorry.
My Aryan radar would detect them.
Okay.
No, there was.
I'm not cutting that out. You can be sued.
He has not
You
died
can be
yet.
deported by Dutton.
He's actually doing fairly well for a man
He's
of his
doing
age.
yes for somebody who's got pneumonia and double bronchitis, and the expectation of having to do stuff for a Jubilee year.
What Jubilee?
I'm actually
2025 is a Jubilee year for the Catholic Church. They've got various stuff going on,
Actually-
and there's more expectations that he'll have to take part. That's going to weigh on him.
I feel like just like monarchy,
Yes. What?
The idea that a person over the age of 80 is
Perfectly
expected
normal.
to just
What's the book
do their
called?
job until they drop dead does seem somewhat unreasonable to me, and not particularly dignified.
Slightly more
Yes,
standard
I'll agree with that.
than Scotland is Jerusalem.
I like the fact that some of the European monarchies now have a compulsory abdication age for their king or queen at normal retirement age.
I did bring my bag, didn't I? It's over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, I
Okay, so
dress in sackcloth and ashes.
so you're all dressed up in sackcloth,
and
and if you
I
want,
want to medically alter
Scratchy.
my face. They can be altered back.
or for that we'll just give you a hologram collar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hologram emitter.
Stop that.
Portable hologram emitter.
Okay.
Well, the captain.
So, is there anything anybody wants to remind themselves of what we had learned last time?
Everything that wasn't here. Let's take. I mean, we can still take under our sackcloth tricorders and medical tricorders.
Absolutely. In fact, you've all got the usual away team gear.
Okay.
Okay.
And we still can communicate with our badges whether we touch them or not.
As
Sometimes you
as
touch
drama
them,
as
sometimes
drama
you don't.
requires.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Actually,
You don't
May
say
I be
beep
paranoid?
too.
You may be paranoid.
You have to end every
how
conversation with
did
B.
we skin the clothing in one particular area only, or did we cross-compare a few areas for sample
We're not
size?
going down
Well,
to
Okay.
I certainly do not
Just
trust
wanna
the
fit
DM
in.
not to have
This is the
given
only
us
area
a
we're
particular
going to at the
clothing
moment.
which is anachronous
We
to
can
the
get
larger
new
area.
clothes for other areas.
Yeah.
where
Okay,
we
so
can
question.
use them.
Mhm.
What other area do you want me to tell you about?
Well, this is,
Mega
as
city.
I said, the scanned in the area of the ancient
Ancient
ruins.
ruins, yeah.
What about the villages, say 2 or 3
Let's just scan
around?
them all.
Nondescript civilian clothing.
Okay.
We'd be fine if we wander into there.
What's
We've come
nondescript?
from
Any
the
particular
ancient
area
village.
reminiscent of?
It looks like the costume department didn't have enough budget to do anything new.
Okay, so
Okay.
they're all dressed like they're from Rings of Power. Okay.
No.
There's some good costumes in there.
They've just picked out.
Shit.
I'm assuming Peasantville.
They've just picked out all the regular costumes from the planet of the week.
From the leftover
Costume department from
Stargate
whatever
series.
historical.
I thought that was pretty funny, but anyway.
Yeah, that was good.
No, sorry. I didn't want us turning up in something which was absolutely accurate for one specific area, but was completely anachronistic for everywhere else, and we get stared at.
Okay. So you were wearing the robes or the nondescript civilian clothing?
Nondescript civilian.
Definitely the nondescript.
Nondescript civilian clothing. Okay. Down. You're doing that.
That's what
Okay.
everyone else is wearing in
Hang
this
on, the
area.
place where we're going, everybody's wearing the robes.
Hang on. What?
We're possibly overthinking this.
Saxon, be quiet and you stop trying to derail us. What are the people? We are dressed in the manner of the people we're beaming down to.
Yes, the GM is trying to sabotage us to let us fall
No.
into
The GM is just helping.
I'm getting frustrated.
Yes, he is
Okay.
just helping.
All right. Do you want to go down now, guys?
We're
Yes,
going
please.
down as civilians.
I have another objection.
No, we're going
Is it
down
a serious objection or?
No, I just want to object for objections.
Okay, fair enough. The away team materialises within the cloistered courtyard of the Keepers of Time Monastery, high in the mist-covered mountains.
Oh.
Ancient stone walkways wind through gardens of resilient flora, and the air hums with the faint vibrations of wind chimes and clocks. The main structure, which was repurposed from a salvaged Novaterran ship plating, looms overhead, its bronze dome partially open to the sky. A small group of robed monks led by Elder Corvos and Keeper Varin await the away team's arrival. Their expressions are reserved but curious.
They're telepaths.
They hide smiles when they notice your clothing. As the crew is introduced, Keeper Varin gestures to a circular engraving on the ground, remnant of an ancient emergency landing beacon, its faded Earth iconography nearly erased by time. You have travelled across the stars, just as our ancestors once dreamed, Elder Corvos intones. Welcome to the past, and perhaps to the future.
We should have landed
Welcome
dressed
to
as
Nova
1930s
Terra.
Nazis.
So hang on, they knew exactly where we were going to be.
You sent down a probe with data.
Oh, that's right, we did. I forgot about that.
And that actually that saved an awful lot of time when I was creating what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so before any more can be said, a distant chime shifts in tone. A warning. A series of dull, concussive blasts suddenly rock the courtyard, sending debris and dust scattering. Masked attackers emerge from concealed positions, moving in coordinated squads.
Sorry, Jono. Just humour me for a second. I'm not complaining, and I'm quite happy with the plot.
Okay.
But weren't we going to blend in? So did we actually send a probe to announce our presence?
Yes, we
No.
did.
Well, we sent a probe to announce our presence.
Was that last session?
Yes.
Send a probe with. So that was the one that we decided. Send a probe with data, and we also said we'd then visit the.
But send a probe with data.
Data doesn't say announce our presence.
Well, that's what I thought you meant.
Well,
That's
where
what you
we're at.
wrote down before you gave us the slip.
They've inferred a lot from the data. They're very clever.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I think from the cold open we all should know that they're very damn clever.
Okay, now we've resolved that what has happened is not what we intended to happen. I'm quite happy to
Yeah,
go along with
okay. Sorry.
this plan.
I'm fine.
Well, that's what I thought we meant when we talked about data. I realised data is a very general term. Yes.
I think the way we interpreted it was send a probe to collect
Collect
data.
data. Yes.
Well, that's not actually what I thought. I thought we'd send them some data and see if they could work it out.
So nobody knew what we
Yes,
were doing.
I was
So-
doing that too.
You know,
You guys
it's
did so well last
It's a
time.
bit
bit
like
like-
we were given certain limited options.
Right.
it's a bit like
I gave them a lot though.
It
It's a
wasn't
bit like
we were
the
discussing
gold
it, like
record
we
on the
wanted
Pioneer probe. That was what I was thinking. It was
Okay.
like we're sending them a gold record.
Well, then
see
why
if-
did we bother
see if they
disguising
could
them?
work anything out.
Well, that's
but,
right.
but at
People
the
were going
same
to be
time,
waiting for us. I didn't know
that's
people
your
were waiting for
interpretation.
us
That's
then.
not my interpretation.
Sure.
Then why were we
We
planning
could've
to
just-
go stealthily if we were to just announced our presence?
Yeah, indeed.
I'm so sorry.
Can we retroactively redo this?
No,
I
we'll
want-
go with what you've
No,
said.
I want to change our clothing.
Okay,
Oh,
what do
yeah,
you-
yeah. We're wearing Star Trek uniforms if
Yeah.
we've announced
Yes.
our presence.
And I might
That
as
is
well-
perfectly
And I
reasonable.
might as well be a fucking cat. Like, just, why not?
Hey there!
Okay, righto.
Yes, okay. Lick your face.
Meanwhile,
Do your laundry.
Everybody.
a series of dull concussive
wants to be
blasts.
a cat.
Okay. A series of dull concussive blasts suddenly rock the courtyard, sending debris and dust scattering. Masked attackers emerge from concealed positions, moving in coordinated squads. Some drop smoke charges, obscuring sight lines, whilst others fire makeshift weapons, primitive but effective. Can I get everybody to roll on notice, please?
Do we notice we're being attacked?
Now, do we need fate dice?
We
for
don't
this?
have no fate
Yes.
dice. We have
Oh.
to make up.
Oh, hang on.
We have
I'll
to
let you
make-
roll.
Oh, that's right, you weren't here. Yeah,
Somebody's only rolled 2, right?
So 1 or 2 is
I rolled
negative.
negative
3 or
one.
4 is 0.
What's your
5 or
character's
6 is
notice?
Is that how this works?
Yep.
My
Okay.
character's notice
I've
is
got- I only
1,
rolled 2
but
dice
I
versus
rolled
a
a
2.
Gabon.
negative 2, so I
Right.
get negative 1.
I rolled 3.
Okay.
I've rolled 2 for the captain,
Negative 0.
and for me, no.
Oh
this
no,
is like-
actually that's not it. I've got
That's
to
not
roll.
it? No,
You
what?
roll all 4 dice.
Yeah.
And then you add the score to your rate.
Oh,
to your
okay.
thing.
So you always roll 4.
Yeah.
Okay,
Try
so
that again. Oh, that's all right.
2 pluses.
So that's a
now,
That's a 0.
sorry, you had us
So
roll
one
and it
plus.
added to which
Yes.
Is
skill?
that right?
Yeah, you got it right.
Notice.
1
Notice.
plus, so 3. So still
Can I
3.
have them, please? Oh.
Oh, God, Dave, this guy.
Okay.
Look,
Ah.
look, you help yourself. You don't have to wait for my dice. So the captain got 3, and
Captain got 3?
I'll roll for Thalmac, and he's got He's got 0 minus 2.
Okay. Righto.
I got 2 too.
You got 2?
I got 2 as well.
Okay.
Also 2.
Yeah. Okay, so
Got 2 as well. I'm wearing
My
a wrap.
final total was
In addition.
1.
1.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Gonna,
Have you
Makes a
rolled?
bit of a difference.
Have you rolled anything?
3.
3. Okay. 11.
You roll good.
Peter, notice. Notice. Notify.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a crap roll.
Alrighty then. Now, I was hoping to have a much larger map, but this was not a possibility for me, so we shall make use of what we can have.
Okay.
Where do you want to put said map?
So if we can put this down in the middle.
I'm taking all your character sheets away from you, David. Bloop.
That way.
Oh, yeah, that's alright.
So, what have we got?
Okay, now you have gone into the courtyard.
This is
I will
the
give you
courtyard.
each your. I will give you each your
Is this
character,
yours?
and you can decide where in the courtyard you are.
Castle Valmont.
This is yours.
Jesus.
This is Urban's, which is actually done to look like Picard. I thought it was cute. That's Thalmec. That's you.
Thank you.
It's a good scale.
That's you. And that's you.
Quite fit.
Get back here. I need meat shield. Be in front of the captain. No, you need to be in front. Meat shield. What are you? You're security. You've got to be in front.
Okay.
Why would you let me get shot, you asshole? Do you protect the captain or not? What's your fucking job? What's your job? Protect the captain. Why would you stand next to me? In front. You don't want me to get shot, do you? This is my first away mission ever, and you're going to let me get shot.
My goodness.
That's right.
Urban never leaves
This
the
is
ship.
the first time you've ever left the ship ever.
I'm freaking out because I'm outside.
Oh my god.
This is the first.
You should
Now,
be in a
hold
fetal
on a
position
second.
on
You
the
got
ground.
kidnapped
Almost.
back on the Olympic stage.
Why is there no roof?
Now,
I think
these.
there is a roof where we are, but I'm
There's a
not
few
wrong.
characters
It's
who are
courtyard.
sitting on the
Courtyard.
roof.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We've been ambushed.
Here.
They're
Yes,
Nazis.
You've been ambushed. Yes, they are Nazis.
Well, I hope it's not. I hope this is not a trap sprung by the elders
Indeed.
of Pym or whoever they are.
The keepers of time.
Yeah, the elders of Pym.
Okay, that one's standing on the roof
This
there.
is P-ball.
Facing us?
Pym.
Facing you. Yeah, sorry.
Just looking the other way. Well, we'll give him.
This guy's in the courtyard with you.
Hello.
And by the way,
Paul Wagner. Kill him.
anybody who scored 2 or better in your notice roll
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
is aware of the fact that you saw them transport in.
Excellent. And I
Okay.
stun them.
Interesting.
So
But
these
there-
people shouldn't have transporter technology.
But their technology is not that advanced compared to ours, at least.
No.
In addition, this is a probe that is flying over the roof of that particular area.
Pheasants.
Okay,
Space
now,
Pheasants.
Urban and Peter,
Space Pheasants.
you are going to attack at the same time.
Why would you
As-
sorry, we're attacking these people?
Because there's
This is what it
Space
looks like.
Pheasants.
We're-
Well-
no cover.
Well, at the same moment as this happens, these guys fire at you
With their boot guns.
with their boot guns.
Space
Okay, so
Pheasants.
the first one
We're about
fires.
to be booped.
Boop, 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 boop.
You cannot withstand wolf boops.
Boop, 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 boop.
Okay,
Boop, boop.
Is that like getting poked on Facebook? Remember the
so
notice
the
thing?
first one.
Yeah.
I never was on Facebook.
I've cancelled my Facebook. I've cancelled my Facebook account.
Why? I talk to you all the time. on it.
It's Meta.
Well, I've never ever responded,
Meta.
have I?
Meta.
Never
Dave.
talk to you.
Of course you do.
Okay, the first
You're
one.
no
As
longer
if you
part of
respond.
Meta.
It's like I haven't logged on
The
for
first
like
one.
3 years. I
Um,
logged on recently.
So you got
Delete
3.
my account.
First one misses.
But how can you be
Second
Meta?
one attacks.
Motherfucker, you're shooting at us. What have we done?
I decided I didn't need
Also
mass-
misses.
masculine
Sinistrange
energy in my
counts.
life.
Okay,
Space
So-
Pheasants from Jungle World.
Or Nazis.
Same thing.
Or AI slop.
I just need to look at something.
Mm-hmm.
Pheasants.
Okay, right.
They're gold helmets. Of course they're. Are they silver helmets or gold helmets?
Gold.
They're gold helmets. They're extra evil. They're extra Nazi.
They're not Cybermen, then.
Silver helmets were Nazis, so gold helmets must be even bigger Nazis. Oh my god, they're Trump Nazis.
I have no idea what I don't.
Sorry, that analogy going
The
away.
American fascist movement had silver helmets.
Oh, did they?
Did they?
Yes.
I remember silver shirts.
Oh, hang on, maybe I am thinking silver shirts.
I think you
I
are.
probably am.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do. How do you pull off a silver shirt?
Okay.
You bedazzle the hell out
How
of it.
do you pull off a silver shirt? Just the same as you pull off a yellow.
That was what
I mean,
came
I mean-
straight to my mind as well. But anyway, not to worry.
Well, I was actually more worrying about the cost of lame shirts, but
Yeah, they must have had some
Okay,
kind of
so,
weird
they fired at
reflective
you.
lame stuff.
They fired at you, but they missed, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've rolled really abominably.
What type of weapons are actually shooting?
They've sensed you. You sense. Well, you don't sense. You hear and you see that it's some form of energy weapon.
Okay.
Well, that's a kind of sense, seeing and
Mhm.
hearing, but I know.
But those lit off smoke bombs, so we can't actually see it. We can only
You can't
hear
see it terribly well,
you would
but
know the difference between that and
but
like
you
a
notice-
slug thrower.
you don't hear the ping of bullets or anything like that. It's
Mhm.
it's energy weapons.
They
of some
are
sort.
energy weapons, okay.
Okay.
Cool ping of the Gerard M1 UB rifle.
Okay. So Urban and Peter,
All right.
When the
Um,
last
With the
cartridge
you
goes
have
out,
you have your
you
phases, so you can roll on your fight to use those.
I am gonna.
I'm setting it to stun
I
and
was about-
stunning them.
I was about to call out to the group phases to stun.
I
Okay.
anticipated you, Captain.
Alright.
It is
Once
normal.
again.
It is
Aha.
normal for the security officer to have his phaser ready to go.
Bing! Well,
That's good.
No,
No.
2 Meggies, 2 Posies.
I got 4.
Who are you shooting at?
I probably that one right in the
Okay, right,
center.
that one there. So you hit him, and yes. Sorry, which one was it you were firing at?
The middle one.
Jimbo.
Okay,
Pimbo.
that one
The
there.
one with the MP40.
Okay. Roof South. That's him.
Roof South has gone down.
No, you haven't. He hasn't. But
That leaves the left wing and the side passage.
he hasn't gone down. But he's not happy.
Oh, when you type in "sill" into Google, it says, "Do you want silverfish?"
What the hell?
Okay. Now that, by the way, they fired at the same moment as you, almost. But yeah. Okay.
Do,
Now,
do I get to find out? Or-
yeah, you get to fire now. Well, hang on. Didn't you fire before?
No, I
No.
just called
Okay,
out.
which one are you firing
phases. I'll go for this one.
Okay, Roof West.
Because the
Hang on.
security guys.
Hang on,
in
sorry,
front of
which
me.
one is that? Which one have I... Yep, sorry, I made a mistake.
Did you roll for Falmouth as well?
No, I don't think it's his turn yet.
No.
So, what are we?
What is this?
Tactical we're flying
What's
on? What are we-
wrong?
What
what are we
specifically
shooting?
is
I
the
googled
skill for
silver
shooting
shirt.
at people with phasers?
Fight.
Fight.
Okay, so rolling on your fight.
They are.
If you don't have it, that means your
Apparently
fight
the
is
captain,
0.
Captain does not fight.
No, that's fair. So 0.
So shoot wildly. See if you hit somebody by accident.
So 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1.
Okay,
Where does the
so
captain
you got
start
one...
to
Hang
go
on.
into a fight?
No, hang on.
Yeah.
Yep, no,
So there
you're
were
right.
zeros. That's a 1.
1.
Silver shirt.
Okay,
That looks terrible.
Get one.
you missed.
Fair enough.
It's a lost in space
Okay,
suit.
now, next ones
So
are...
bad.
You can dress up
Dr.
as Dr.
Dave?
Smith.
Yes. You noticed, and these guys are firing at the same time as you.
Oh, the pig.
No, that missed.
That's the only thing I do is wear that silver shirt and take that. Oh,
Dear me.
Probably be really uncomfortable.
Yes.
It looks very plastic.
Actually, it's tinfoil.
Can I have a look, please?
Oh, no,
Oh,
I've already gone past
Okay,
it. We're
sorry.
going to the Nazis now.
It looks exactly like the silver suits from Lost.
It's
The
probably
first-
some
the
type of
first
stiff
season.
lame or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
The Silver Legion of America, commonly known as the Silver Shirts.
Okay. Now,
What would be a picture of them?
Of the Silver Shirts?
Yes.
Oh, I've got one of those, I'm sure.
um,
I'll just
Okay,
look,
so
look
that
up
will
my
fire.
bumper book of Nazis and see what I can
What type of Nazi are you?
The spotters.
find. Oh
Nasty
yes, the
Nazis.
Spotter's Guide to Nazis.
okay.
So should I have shot back or something?
Well, you
Stop
will be,
pushing my
because you're
leg.
firing at the
Oh,
same
sorry.
moment as them.
Right.
But one of them hit you,
Oh, okay.
and their weapon has a bit more force than some of the others. So you've just received a hit on both your 1 and 2 stress box. You received a total of 3 injury. So that means your stress.
1 and 2 on physical stress.
Yep. So that means your physical stress is now maxed out, which means if you get hit again, it's a mild consequence.
Not a mild consequence. How will I survive?
May I have the razor, please?
Yes.
Thank you. I realise I
Okay, now, but you are firing as well. Who are you firing at?
Is there any cover in this place, or we're just in?
No, we're in a courtyard. We're in an absolute.
from the looks of
There
it.
you go, Pete.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's black and white, so you can't really tell. But they look ridiculous, whoever they are.
What the hell's that scarf around his neck, or is that part of the shirt?
I think he's kind of dressed up like
Okay.
a Boy Scout,
It
but
might
also
be
a
kind
Nazi.
of one of those, Boy Scout.
Dr. Dave, who are you shooting at?
With the,
Which one of me?
Well, my character, or character rather,
Yeah.
That is.
is there. So I'll just shoot at the nearest goon who's right
Why is
there.
The nearest goon on the
Actually,
Oh, hang
no,
on,
the
I
goon
worked it
here,
out.
down here in the
That,
courtyard.
he's got a sand brown belt, and that's his tie, and they're kind of melding together.
Ah.
Because the
Yeah.
shadow is between the tie
Courtyard
and the
east.
belt.
Why has he got an L on?
For laser dome.
I was going to go for loser, but anyway.
Laser dome.
What's the hell is
Okay, what you get?
That's a whole.
The
That's a big fat
ultimate
zero.
game ever.
But I'm doing that
He's
on
making it up.
my. What am I doing it on?
Laser
Tactical?
dome.
Fight.
Fight. Then it's all
I
total
don't
of
know.
1.
Laser dome's before his time.
Total of 1.
Total of 1. Okay, so you missed.
Yes, we missed with 1.
Maybe he's the leader.
Okay, Saxon,
yes.
you can fire at 1. Who do you wish to fire at?
Probably from where I'm standing, the one on the roof directly above me is probably out of sight. So I'll probably shoot the one directly ahead of me over in the corner.
That one. Yep. Okay. So that's
Same guy.
Courtyard West. Southwest. Sorry. Yep. Go
That
ahead.
said, I do want to ask a meta question.
I want to group pick to
Is
see
that
if
a
all
rock
look
which
like
is
that.
blocking?
There is one.
No.
Right, so I could theoretically step back around
Yeah,
that
you can
corner.
hit him. I'm not.
No, I could step back and
That's
take cover
doubly
just there
pivotal.
and shoot around the corner.
You can do that. Yep.
Okay,
William
we'll do
W.
that.
Billy.
One,
Oh,
so
Billy.
there,
Yep.
kind of got
He's
half
the
cover.
He's got the chin hair.
And I
for
should
it.
shoot, and because I do not have fight, it will be a base of a 0.
We're coming
That
for you.
and that cancel out, and
Yeah,
those
bring
are
them.
both.
I'll make
No,
that
hold on,
bigger.
that's
I
a
might have to
minus
go
as
and
well,
put
so
some-
I'm at -1.
Okay. So you did not hit.
Okay.
Okay. And Ray.
I think it's hilarious.
Who are you firing at?
Elves on them.
So you're firing at roof east. Okay. Good. By the way, just so I know which one is getting hit,
Mm-hmm.
it's the points of the compass where they're standing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go for it.
It's just really like the Laverne and Shirley fan club.
I know. They're all like. It almost looks like 1950s stuff, doesn't it?
1.
Except it
Well,
was
everybody
1930s.
really sucked at rolling on their fight for this
Yes.
one. Okay, righto.
L.
I mean, the elves should be on their foreheads, obviously.
Well, we are men who all wear elves. Dun dun dun, we go to hell.
Right, okay.
I hate that. They've all got L's on them.
Okay,
What's the L for?
Legion.
these guys are
Oh.
closing in.
presumably.
That's in case
Legionnaire?
they forget who they are.
I don't fucking know. Don't ask me to understand Nazis.
It's like a stormtrooper with an ST on his shirt.
Okay, so all of you should have at least one
Attacker.
attacker coming in
special
your
friend,
direction.
Special
One
friend.
special friend, yes.
Specialness.
Oh, we just have to circle around and they'll never touch us.
Well,
Now,
thankfully,
now in this
thankfully I have a
context,
stunt.
Yeah.
yes, you are now in hand-to-hand combat.
I have a stunt I can use.
Yep, some of you have stunts, some of you have aspects, so don't forget to use your aspects. Like, say, for example, if you're a space ninja or something like that.
Ninja of space.
So what you would do, if you're a
There's
space
attack-
ninja,
Two of them on either side of me.
so what you'll do is you'll give me a fate point.
I go bap and kill both of them.
Okay, righto, so you can do 2 attacks at once, I'll give you that, that's fine.
Knock them both out.
Okay, so which one are you, sorry?
I'm here, so I can attack him and him at the same
Okie
time.
dokie. Can I
Possibly,
just have a look at which ones?
possibly with the Lipo kick in the air.
Okay, righto. I know what I've
Don't
got.
split your pants.
Okay, here's the left hand attack.
The left-hand attack.
The left-hand attack is flipping amazing. I got 7.
Okay, so
Kick his head off.
Kicked his head off.
so that one is down. He is unconscious. Which is he carrying a
He's got an MP40.
MP40?
I don't
Okay,
know
so
what
that
that
one
means.
is.
He does have
That
an
one is
MP40.
here. X.
Also flipping amazing.
Not really. This was only 6.
Loser.
Okay.
Get an L.
And the other guy?
on your shirt.
Okay, so that was east. No.
East of Cairo.
Yeah, that's him. So he's got maxed out stress, but he's still active.
Oh, so he should be standing.
He should be standing.
Maximum stress, but still active. I'll turn him that way.
Maximum stress.
Okay, Urban.
I'm going to try diplomacy.
What?
Yep.
Come on, Catman.
That's an urban move.
Okay,
I'm
righto.
gonna try diplomacy.
Okay, well, what's his
In the middle of a
It's
fight
gonna
while
be,
they're
it's gonna
attacking
be,
you.
yeah, it's going to be
While
better
they're
than me
attacking
trying to
you.
punch someone.
I
That's
go into the saloon and say, well, someone give
Okay,
me
that
some
is such a
speaking
weird.
room.
That is just such a weird idea
Yeah.
that I think I've got to give it some kind of
If he
a.
rolls fantastic, they'll
So
stop.
roll on it.
Yep.
The dealer does not take your order.
So that'll cancel each other out. So it is a 3.
You bark authoritatively across the corridor, but across the courtyard, but for some reason
You just realise.
they just don't seem to be listening.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
If you'd got a 5, I would have given it 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay,
No, I
so
still
that's
got it.
Peter.
I still got it.
Now one of these guys is down, so
Just doing a bit of that.
Okay.
the one who's attacking Benji, he takes an almighty swing, thump, and
Does he hit?
okay. So what I want you to do is roll on your fight.
Me roll
Yep.
on my fight.
So 3. You need to beat 3.
I get a +1 for being long armored.
Yep.
And what is my fight? So that's 2 plus another 2 is 4.
Okay, you actually hit him.
I turned the tables.
You turned the tables.
I'm not sure
And
why
since
I'm
he'd
using
already-
this weird accent, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why you were using. But since he
Can
was
I kick
already
him in the balls?
already badly injured, he was already injured. He's now maxed out on his stress. He hasn't gone down, but he's maxed out. Okay. And now, meanwhile, the other guys. Okay. He fires. No, he punches.
Is that thing a drone? What is that thing again?
You said it was a drone that had been flying
Two.
overhead.
Okay. Now, who is he
The
punching
observer
at?
has had them.
Yeah. You need to roll back at him. Roll your fight. And again, you get your stunt, the long arm. The long arm.
Again, I've done okay. I got 3.
Okay,
What's this long arm thing?
you know what you've done.
It's a stunt I have. I get +1 in hand to hand because I've got a good punch.
Oh, okay.
You've got him down. Knock him down.
I've knocked him down. I smacked him right in the
Gets
head.
back up again. And,
He's going to keep me down. Okay, right. Okay.
I took boxing in university.
Now, Saxon.
Yes.
Still do a bit of the L1 too.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no.
Mhm.
We're not quite there yet. Just, which one are you, Saxon?
I'm the one in the corner there.
Okay, righto. This guy here
I'm a bit crap at
is
shooting,
taking a bit of
but
a
I can-
smack at you.
I can smack people around. Pretty-
Okay. So he gets 3. Roll in your fight skill.
Okay.
I'm not sure how
How
big
damaged I
Benji,
get.
Benji might be rather
Well,
tall.
I'll simply
and
use
has
my
a
calm in the
good
face
reach.
of danger for a simple +1
That's
simply
how
to
I'm
bring
doing.
myself up.
I'm going to give you that. Yep, that's fine. But give me
Very
a fate
different to
point.
me.
Give me a cake
Go,
point.
go.
Yep, sure. Here you go.
Yep. Okay. What have you got?
Okay, we've got +2 for and +1 for the calm in the face of danger. That brings me to a total of 3.
So 3.
Gorgon.
So that one gets him a bash in the nose, but not too bad. He's still okay. Okay. Now,
My quip is, you are interrupting my captain from speaking.
Did you succeed?
well played.
Or did
Okay.
you fail?
With what?
Your speaking.
No, it was kind of was just lost in the.
Okay, this guy.
Lost in the chaos.
Excuse me.
Can we
Mr. Kitty Cat
negotiate?
wants to speak.
Okay, who's that?
No.
Don't know.
That's me.
That's you. Okay,
Oh, okay, that's you.
so he's taking a
Okay.
he's taking a swing at you.
Who's attacking me?
The one who's standing in front of me here. He's
That's the one who's being discombobulated.
this one here.
Yes.
Well, he's taken. Well, he's still up.
Well,
Yes.
He's taken
right
2
here.
stress.
He's got
I
two.
assume he has a negative thing.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so he's taking a swing at you,
He needs to turn this
Can
way.
I
and he rolls. He's very discombobulated because he rolls very badly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you roll to see if your fight finishes him off?
Finish him.
1. No, 0.
5.
You take him down. He is down.
Now's the man is now.
Okay, now who else is still up but hasn't fought yet?
Thelmic.
Okay,
But I
Thelmic.
don't have fight, so I'm just rolling.
Oh, hang on a minute. I haven't got you listed. Where are you?
You don't exist.
I am next to the captain.
Okay, righto. So, did you actually roll a
I asked that question.
a notice?
No.
Roll your notice.
I asked that question.
Who put you there?
You did.
I did. I put you
I
there.
asked that question. And
What
you
question?
guys-
Peter?
Yeah, of course I did.
Peter, that may be true, but can you please roll on your notice so I can put you in the order?
Okay.
Nothing will ever be good.
No.
No, this is you, not the captain.
2.
2 total.
Yep.
Okay, so you're at the same time as them.
Are we all supposed
Both
to be,
Daves are on 2.
Are we supposed to be rolling notice right now?
No, you guys all did.
Right.
This was the beginning of the fight.
Oh, this is just for Thelmic, who's
Yeah.
just only just
Okay.
Woken up.
He's only just real.
cottoned on to the
He was
idea
so
we're in a
stunned
fight.
that in the first round of combat he didn't even
Yeah.
realise anything was happening. So, do you have fight on
No.
Thelmac?
No.
Where is
that
Thelmac?
He's up there. He doesn't have fight.
He doesn't have fight. Okay, so are you going to have a go at
Yep.
blocking him anyway?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
Yay!
So 1.
You got 1. It's not enough to knock him down, but it's not enough to do anything much really.
No.
Both of you take wild swings at each other and miss and look very silly. Okay.
Try.
Now, I'm going to remove the ones. Right, okay. I'm going to remove these guys. Whoops, sorry.
He's dead.
No, he's not dead yet.
You've killed half the party.
Okay, I'm going to put these guys over here.
Mm-hmm.
We drag their bodies off to the side.
No, we haven't dragged their bodies off the side. It's just that we're going to have to.
Get more
May
people.
I ask, where are the keepers of time during all of this?
Oh, that's another thing that I forgot to mention.
More
They
people
fled.
are coming.
Thank you for reminding me.
In that case, I should have reminded you earlier.
You should have done, yes, right. Now, one of them threw a shock prod at Elder Corvos. It did not hit him.
Okay, so the elders definitely didn't engineer an ambush here.
However,
Shock prod.
Varin died. The reason the shock prod didn't hit him was because Varin stepped in front and took it full blow in the face. So, he is now down. Elder Corvos is dealing with him.
Right.
However, one of the other monks comes running out into the fray
Screaming, Banzai!
and,
I prefer
unarmed, takes a swing at that guy over there. Now, what's he carrying?
potato. He's carrying an
Okay, alright.
MP40.
He achieves absolutely nothing. The other guy
Silver plated.
takes a swing at him. Who is an FOL?
FOL.
Yeah, he's an FOL.
Damn right.
Yeah, well, we
That
hate him
one
that
there.
much.
He's that one. And he knocks He knocks the stuffing out of the poor monk who goes down like a sack of nuts.
Oh, he knocks the monk over. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I am mighty. The power is mine.
Okay, so
Who's this guy in the back?
this guy.
Me.
Oh, Ray. Okay. Has Ray done anything yet?
No.
Okay. Now's your chance to shine.
Yes.
Okay.
Destroy the matty.
I'm reading through the 2024 D&D rules.
Okay.
Okay, Player's Handbook or Dungeon Master's Guide?
Oh, I've got both.
Yes,
I'm gonna be
and
a
which
warlock.
one are you
I'm
reading?
through the players.
Okay.
That's another guy with an MP40.
I like the rule changes. That's
Some guy with
I
a
know you don't
hookah.
like them. I know you don't like that. I think it balances out a lot.
Okay. Oh, wow. I love it.
Sorry, I'm not trying to distract people. But you wanted to know, so there you go.
Oh, he's been shredded.
He's being shredded.
That's pretty funny.
I got to say this guerrilla guerrilla advertising, whatever you want to call
It's
it.
brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, that's happening in London. Doesn't seem to be happening around here. But basically, where they're putting up fake ads, which they're kind of quite interesting.
Okay, so
we just get
Rooftop East.
bloody buskers or whatever they're called.
Rooftop East. He's
Doing
firing
their
at
gonzo
Benji,
husky.
Watch out, Benji. Duck.
who's got a notice of 2.
Right on me, burning like
But unfortunately for Benji, his luck runs out. And Benji,
Oh no!
you've been stunned, so you go
I've
down.
been stunned.
You've been stunned.
Is this mild consequences?
Well, yeah, this is mild consequences. Stunned.
Bye bye bye.
So down. So tip your character down if you haven't already done so.
I'm doing it now.
Okay, good.
Oh no!
Oh God, no, not that accent.
Oh no!
Oh,
Okay.
so racist.
Now,
Is that what you said as you went down? No, no.
Urban
I am
and Peter.
Gandhi.
Yep.
What's Urban going to do?
Are you Indian?
No. Why are you doing an Indian accent?
I can't do an African one. Leave me alone.
Oh my God. Maybe that's a
It
blessing.
could be worse. He could be an Irish African. Okay.
I know.
That's even worse.
Okay. So Urban, what is Urban going to do?
Well, not talk, that's for
Was
sure.
that,
That didn't
was
work
that
last
Irish
time.
or Asian?
Somebody wasn't.
So try and do something. I've got to say that was creative. So I like the idea. So try and do something really equally creative this time. It may work.
Alright, so this guy's very much active.
Mm-hmm.
The others,
Oh, you could meditate.
I'm not going to meditate like some Jedi.
Like some stinking Jedi.
Does that work? Sort of.
Well, just, these guys look like they're going to fight it out to the end.
I think I can see what I think I can see.
I don't know what you think you can see. Just draw a little man.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought I could see.
That's
Oh,
good.
God.
I'm glad that's what you thought it was and not something else.
Okay.
Alright, I will point. I'm going to go for a.
Well, I say little man, he's got a gigantic head.
Since he's right there, Jono, could I go for a. No, command wouldn't. It would be more.
It's up to you.
Are you still going to talk them to death?
Well, I was going to point the phaser at his head and demand that he stands down.
Okay, roll your command roll.
Mr. Commander.
Let's see how authoritative the phaser is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, which one is it, by the way? Sorry.
This guy right next to me.
Right, that guy. Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Quetos.
Point at his head. and shout, "Stand down!" at him with my command. Oh, that's not good. Minus 3, but I got a +1, so that's minus.
Okay, well, hang on a moment.
2 will be in the end. I rolled.
His will was very strong, so he's like, "Don't be stupid."
Okay.
Okay, righto. So, and Peter, what are you going to do?
Now you kick him.
I'm gonna kick him while he's talking to my captain, telling him how stupid he is.
Is that the one standing or the one kneeling?
The one kneeling.
Yeah, we can't put up with that. He's dissed me. Kill him.
Okay, that's a 5.
Yep, now he's going to lose his head.
Okay, that's
Can we assume he's distracted by the captain?
I've got to tell you, the Space Ninja is dangerous, is all I can say.
He is.
Okay, so he's down as well.
Okay, flip him. Flip him.
Take him down.
Flip. Whoop.
Okay,
Flipped him so hard he lost his stand.
now,
Oh, did I?
He never had
now
How
next
many
one.
enemies do we actually have?
All I did was put him.
So there's 3 of them over on the east side, plus 1 from the looks of it over in the
Okay.
southeast.
Now, this guy comes over here to the prone body of Mbusi
Bye-bye.
and vanishes with Mbusi.
Oh, what?
Oh no!
I predicted
Say,
it.
oh no!
Oh
There
no!
you go.
Oh, dearie me.
I think I'm unconscious.
Yep, you're going to get an anal probe now. You will not like it.
Gandhi.
Oh no!
Gandhi.
They're going to give you the data probe.
Gandhi.
Well, we did send a data probe, so now
Okay,
they're going to probe me for data.
Gandhi.
okay.
What?
Righto.
Genetic samples?
Gandhi.
Ooh, not good.
Gandhi.
Is there any way you can
Who's
track
this?
that?
Me.
Gandhi.
Okay,
Can
firing
you
at
track where they've
range.
gone? Can you track where they've gone?
That's a good question. Can I track where they have
And he completely misses. Okay, the other guy.
Come on, you need to science the shit out of this, Saxon.
God,
think I
I'm
will.
really. This is really sucking at the moment.
For who?
I've had a lot of goes.
Okay, he's down.
How many turns have we had?
I'll contact the town.
Well, I've had one go.
I've had 2 goes.
Maybe somebody did. We've got to have left crew up
I
there.
think
Oh,
you're
yeah,
last,
so-
so that makes sense.
I'm sure that Ensign
but there's been a lot
Standing
of-
is.
Yeah, Ensign
I have
Standing.
absolute confidence in
They've had
Ensign
a certain
Standing.
number of attacks.
Okay, this guy is firing at.
Are you sure they
Is
haven't
that,
already had their go? Because didn't 2 of us have go after they had?
Okay,
their
what
go?
happens is there's actually
There's actually
very
6
foolishly of myself. I divided them into groups with slightly different statistics.
Oh.
And that's why I'm really struggling at the moment, because I'm trying to remember which of the nearly identical figures are which.
I thought it'd be cold enough, but it clearly is.
Those of us who suffer badly from maths don't make this sort of
I opened the window
problems.
up there to try and get some breeze
Yeah.
going.
Oh.
Okay, so this guy's firing. Is this
Yeah.
is that
Yes.
Peter?
Turn the
Yes.
fan on.
Okay, he
Yeah,
fires
yeah,
at
I
Peter.
Oh yes, this will help. Yes, turn the gigantic fan on.
Are you
Oh, I
ready?
feel cooler already.
Hang
Oh, it's
on.
not on.
Are you
Hang on,
ready?
turn it on.
Peter,
Oh, the
Peter,
luxury.
you got a hit, a one on hit on your stress box. So you got a hit on your 1 stress box.
Where are my stress boxes?
Down on the
God.
bottom left, physical
God,
stress.
I hate being hit in my stress box.
You
Freaking
got
hurts.
kicked right in the stress box. Okay, the other guy, on Ruth southeast,
Southeast.
he fires
Southeast Tifo.
and he misses completely. Okay,
When's my turn? I want to do something. Captain
now
needs to do something.
next turn is
hang on.
next. It's Dr. Dave's gone.
Oh, it could be my turn.
Teacher Dave.
Yep.
Okay, so Thalmic, it's his turn to do something.
Maybe Thalmic could ask. I don't know whether the Tamworth will listen to him. It could be worth a try.
What? The nuclear bomb the courtyard?
No,
No. No, hang on. I still hang on. I'm in a Starfleet uniform. I've got my ensign rank back. Yep. Okay. Fool. Might as well try it. Let's see what the Tamworth. Crush it at Tamworth. Are we being blocked?
But I'm going to give you that as a free action, so don't worry.
Okay.
Now you can do what you really were going to do.
And hit somebody.
Fight.
Actually, there's nobody around me because I'm there.
Oh
Okay, so
Jesus!
the
Fight
People to
something.
the other side of the courtyard.
Stop
Or
it.
you can
Still,
shoot.
I could just shoot this guy.
Or you can
Okay,
be
you're
an
gonna have to shoot
American
it in?
Democrat and hold up a little paddle.
No.
That's what they did.
In fairness, that was actually doing more than they've done for the last few months.
Oh Jesus!
The guy who actually stood up and yelled at Trump and then got thrown out was doing.
He did something.
He did.
So what's so fight is physical fight, but what?
But also phases.
Oh, okay, well, I don't have fight. Okay, good.
Let's see if you just do an awesome hit. The answer is no, you do not.
No, I do not. No, I'll miss.
One of your
Okay,
characters
no, you
stuffed,
did not.
and the other is useless.
Okay,
Are we
now,
being thoroughly gimped? What's happening?
we are
Apparently, we've been fairly gimped.
Thoroughly gimped. TPK.
Well, there's 4 of them left.
Actually,
For now.
we knocked out a few of them.
There's
Yeah,
5 of them,
but
isn't there?
But then more of them came back.
1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5th one? There should have been 5.
Oh,
Okay.
he's going to put another one out. You sure we didn't take care of
There's
him?
4 of them lying down there.
4, and I've put in another 3, so there should be 5.
There's one lying down.
Oh, is there? Where?
Oh,
And that's one of the
that's one
monks.
of the elders.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the monk who,
Over there.
the elder who
I
took
can
the
see there's
baton.
7 in
There's
total,
two
isn't
people.
there?
There's 2 people lying down.
There's 4 space Nazis there,
4 space
and
Nazis.
another 4 space Nazis lying down.
That's
Okay.
That's 8. So you multiplied even more Nazis.
How many should there be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Only
6,
the GM
9.
knows that.
That's why there's a problem. Okay, righto. Okay, so it should be.
Space Nazis are making clones.
Space Nazis.
Space Nazis!
Very good.
Yeah, this one.
Buy them
Okay.
today!
They come in
They
6 packs.
taste
I
like meat.
don't know where he's gone, but anyway, not to worry. Okay.
With every box of Space Nazis, you get a free astronaut.
I honestly, my idea has gone completely to rack and ruin, but you know what? I don't care.
Space Nazis!
Are you guys having fun at least?
Maybe.
Okay, good.
Check back with me in 5 minutes.
Space Nazis!
Has anybody not taken a shot yet?
Ray!
No, I have not. I know Ray hasn't.
Well, Ray, I tried to shoot at him, but
I don't know if I've shot
Where
or
are you,
not. I've had
Neves?
2 shots. When
Yeah,
I-
that was a reaction shot to being
Are we at
attacked.
the
which one
second
is the
combat
Which
round?
one is Nevaeus?
Who knows?
One over in the far side next to where those 4 space
Ah, that's right. Yes, and you've got cover, so it'll take one extra to hit you. Okay, so and that was enough to stop me hitting him. Okay, new round.
Hang on, I still haven't had a
Here.
shot.
Oh, so you still haven't had a shot. Sorry, my mistake. So
Shoot away!
Space Nazis!
oh, that's because I'm an idiot. Okay,
Space Nazis!
so yeah, that's because the table got chopped off below the bottom. So Ray and Talmec, you were down the bottom. So
Space Nazis!
Stop that.
So I'm having a shot now.
yeah, Dave, you were in
That's
the
ironic.
list.
That was
Yes.
cocked. Re-roll it.
I get a 2.
Oh, you got a 2. Who are you shooting at?
The guy next to me.
Okay, which is,
Is that point blank range? Does he get a doobie?
That one there.
that one there. So you got 2.
Mm-hmm.
He got 2. Okay. Okay, so that means he takes a hit. He doesn't take a big hit, but he takes a hit. Okay. Now, another 3 guys turn up.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Were you able to track the transporter thing or not? From out?
Now, that's a good question.
On
Now,
there.
Jono, I did not take a physical action
Okay,
because
fine.
I was going to try and attract the transporter.
Okay. At the moment, you think it might be possible to track, but you're not sure. But you certainly can't do it in the middle of a firefight.
Yeah, okay.
So we can't do it at all, so you might as well give up and start shooting.
No, in that
people.
case, I may as well just actually take a physical shot at whoever my attacker is. So that'd be the. Can
Nah,
we go
I'll
back to the
put right
previous
charge.
round and
If
make
we
my
did get a
physical
chance to
action?
shoot them,
Yep, sure.
these are them.
Okay, so the one across the
That's why
courtyard
Ray's character's
from where I
still
am,
alive.
just before these guys turn
This
up.
one?
No, the other one, that one. Yes.
That one, okay, righto.
Okay. I'm not going to burn my final fate point, so we'll just go straight attack. That is plus
Did that
2, and those are zeros, so that takes me to a total of plus 2.
+2. That is enough for him to receive a bump, which is interesting because,
How many bumps has he already got?
He has
well,
a cat.
if he takes another bump, he's in trouble.
Okay.
Okay,
The
right.
guy's got bumped.
It's not-
He has a
no,
life, he has children and family and a mum who loves him.
No, he doesn't. He's Nazi scum.
What are we talking about?
Okay, fair enough.
We're discussing Cecil, the Trump trooper.
You settled?
This guy!
He just took a bump.
Oh, Cecil.
Okay, right. Oh,
He's not Stormtrooper Bob, that's for sure.
No. Stormtrooper Bob was amazing and blah. I should post that battle up. It came down to Luke Skywalker. What's his face? Dune from Rebels, the other Jedi guy, and the Mandalorian girl.
What are you? Did you have some dream?
No, David before the battle. David had bloody Admiral Veers and Stormtrooper Bob. That's all that was left of him except for a speeder bike rider off in the distance. And it was those two versus Luke Skywalker, another Jedi, and a Mandalorian gunslinger.
Well, you're gonna die, Dave. You're gonna die.
No.
I survived.
Veers and Bob killed the lot.
Stormtrooper Bob killed a lot of them.
Stormtrooper Bob
And General Veers.
and General Veers.
Wow.
General Veers killed Luke Skywalker.
So there should be
Wow.
4 down,
And Nathan Dune.
and the rest are up, but
Stormtrooper
there's a couple of them that ain't
the
happy.
other one whose name I forget.
Okay, righto. So, those guys. So Roof East. That guy fires,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to fire at.
Stormtrooper
Who's
Bob,
that?
Stormtrooper Ray.
Ray. He's going to fire at Ray.
And his name is Bob.
Okay. Right, and that's one hit on your one hit. You've got one hit on your stress boxes. Okay. Now, roof northwest.
Roof Northwest.
Northwest, that guy there. So he's going to fire down at Neves,
Okay.
and he's going to miss. Spectacular. Oh, hang on. No, what was your notice?
My notice.
No, he's going to hit.
Okay.
So you get one hit on your stress boxes.
Okay, where is the pencil I had looking around? Oh,
Have a pencil.
one
Okay.
or two physical stress. Thank you.
Now, Urban and Peter.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, yes, you are.
I am. John,
Peter,
I am.
you do your thing first while
Yeah.
Dave figures out what the heck he's doing.
I'm attacking or something.
Yeah, you're attacking or something. Which one are you going to attack?
I'm going to shoot the guy with the Luger.
Which one is
Luger.
that?
The guy with the pistol.
That one there?
Yes.
Okay, you're firing your phaser.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
I roll 6.
Okay, and down he goes like a sack of spuds.
Phaser dude the phaser. Phasers.
Okay, so that's
Phaser dude. Phaser
him.
dude. It's the amazing phaser
that one there.
He's a dude, not a laser. Phaser dude. That's all I've got.
Okay. He is very
It's another one!
very, very fortunate that you were
I'm so good.
on stun, because that was easily enough to kill him if it was.
Some eggs were laid and they all hatched out at once. That's basically what's going on.
Thousands of them.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems like an exaggeration.
Alright, I'll just attempt
Hang
to
on.
shoot the guy who's.
Also,
no,
they're
oh,
just
wait.
mobs.
Hang on, yes, you can do that. Urban.
Yes.
Urban, yep.
Doesn't go fight, so he goes.
Which dude is he shooting at?
Oh, where am I?
That's
I'm
plus
here,
two.
so this one.
That one
Plus
there?
2, so 2.
2 is not enough to hit him.
No.
Okay, now, Courtyard East. That's him.
Laser dude.
Now firing at Ray. Courtyard East. There's 3. Ray, that's enough to hit you on the stress box. Now you've got a 1 stress box and a 2 stress box, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to max. You've got the way it works is if you need to get if you've only got a 2 stress box and you get hit, that still fills that stress box. Does that make sense?
Just say yes, right.
Yes, right.
Okay. Oh. All right. Now. No, Nim, I really should have done this. Okay. All right, roof southeast. Him.
Oh, how many is there?
That many.
There's more. Okay, that's a lot of moths. You had a real moth
He's
out
firing at. He's firing at
Where
Peter.
were they? That's just in the top of the kitchen, on the fridge.
Okay, you definitely had a moth outbreak. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. You need to reduce that.
Peter, you take another hit on your stress box.
Laser dude, laser dude.
Okay. So if you've got 2 stress boxes hit, that means that one more hit and you go
This
down.
is wonderful.
I don't know. But
Stuck and not able to move.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure
Like
it
my
wasn't
first
pleasant.
marriage.
I'm sure it wasn't pleasant.
And your and the moths.
And the moths. But
Okay.
it's
This guy is rather foolishly.
Comments about your
This guy is
previous
rather
comment.
foolishly taking a swing at Peter. I realise that's probably going to take him down.
She voted for Trump, didn't she, in the last election?
No, he's
Yes.
voted for Trump.
And she did as well.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Peter, I took an almighty haymaker swing at you and missed. Now you can get to fight back.
Laser
Destroy him utterly.
dude, laser dude,
This is just a normal fight, but
laser
in my
dude,
experience,
Laser dude. That's a 5.
yeah, he goes down. Okay. so-
Polestar in America is offering every Tesla
Which one's this
driver
guy? This guy.
who wants to buy a Polestar
guy.
$5,000 off.
Oh my goodness. What? Just a.
Cackles meaningfully.
Well, yeah, if they can prove they currently own a Tesla, they can get $5,000 off the purchase of a Polestar. Presumably, they can also trade in the Tesla, but it's probably not worth very much.
Well, you can
No,
use it for, I don't know, trash
Well, I
or
think
spare
that-
parts
I
or
think a
something.
fair amount of the value of Teslas has gone away.
Yeah.
Not most of it, but a fair amount of it.
Okay.
I've only ever seen one Polestar in near where I live. I haven't seen them much in the wild. I don't know how available they are in Australia. I think the answer is not very.
Okay, move southwest.
Wait, okay. Polestar.
Firing
Australia.
at Peter. Misses. Because of course he does.
I think that Chinese electric cars, are going to get very cheap in Australia soon.
Oh yeah, well, I'm seeing BYDs all over the place at the moment.
Yeah, there's a lot of other ones, X-Pins and things like that.
And
Okay.
and
Saxon, you
Zeekrs,
get to
whatever
take your
they
go.
are.
Okay. The people directly above me on the roof, I presume I don't have a particularly good line of sight, so...
I'm going to say you do actually if you want.
Oh, okay.
The problem with
Okay, is
Polestars
there
in
actually
Australia is
a
you need
difference
90
in
grand to buy
range
one.
modifiers between the ones directly above me
Or
and the guy
more.
over here at...
Nah,
south?
phases are pretty much.
Okay.
This entire battle's happening at phaser point blank range.
Okay, fair enough. And in that case, I'll take the guy over here.
Righto, yep.
Shoot his
Yep, I've not seen
Okay,
a single
those
car
two
for less
cancel
than
out, that's a
$90,000.
plus 1.
So what's your total?
That's
Plus
actually,
1. I'm
Plus
starting
one?
my 5 is 0.
Not good enough.
That's
Okay.
actually, they're both cancelled.
Yeah, he said that.
No, I had a 3 on that they rolled over. So those cancelled out. That was a plus 1, and I had a 3 for 0.
Doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about
Ray,
Yep,
your attack.
Well,
Who are you attacking?
same guy.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they're very nice cars, these Polestars, because God knows you're going to plonk down $90,000
Three.
for one.
3.
that. Okay.
Okay, that's enough to hit him. Which one was it? Sorry,
That one.
Okay. Roof northeast. And he's down.
Okay, which one's that one? That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kasplap.
Should we just
No,
take
the one on the rooftop, sorry, wasn't it?
No, it was that one.
Oh, was that one? Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, so that was Roof east. then.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's still 5 of them.
Should we take the dead bodies off the field?
Yeah. Okay. So that one's. Which one is that? Yeah, that's him. So that's still one of those. Yeah. Okay. All right. So which one? Oh, it's that one. That's why.
Now we're stunning them, so we should be able to revive them and interrogate them.
You should
mercilessly.
indeed.
Why
Okay,
don't we
Galmic.
get through this on the upper hand?
Galmic.
Galmic.
Let's go. I can't hit anything for crap. Nope. I missed.
And again,
Yeah.
They can't hit.
what is that? -2?
Yes.
What's
exactly.
your skills?
0.
Oh, you're a pants.
Yeah, that's why. It's not,
Literally,
I literally have to. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you've
500.
got moths. Yes.
Okay.
I
That guy.
said
Mods.
Firing at Peter.
now.
Now I
Now
I understand the scale of the issue.
They fly into you when you're trying to make lunch and stuff. It's
Oh my
like,
Lord.
I hate
Okay, Peter, you're hit again.
it. As what?
Well, what you've got a stress box. How many?
I'm both my stress.
Okay, you're stunned.
Okay.
Have you found the source of the moths? Because
So you're down?
hatched from somewhere.
They're in
Okay, now that means
I'm
Urban
not
is the only
catching
one who's
every-
actually got the same. Got fighting at 3 now.
No.
Fighting at 3.
Yes.
At initiative 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Try and shoot again.
What are you shooting at though?
Oh God, whoever's
Who?
this. I suppose this one is closest to me.
Okay,
You've
right.
probably got like a 1 out
I
of
feel like I'm
46
being
chance
leaned
of
over.
hitting anything.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Okay, go for it.
Just give up.
I'm not sure I like
Let 'em
these
catch
dice.
I'm sure I don't like these dice. They're doing very bad things for me.
0.
But they always
0.
do that.
Okay, well that's not going to do much.
Oh.
I mean,
You don't like the dice? Why don't you like the dice? Shut up.
the default is 0.
Yeah, that's good.
No.
No, well, it's
Okay.
based on your skill. It's
You
just
say.
adjusted
He jumps
according-
down.
You're sad.
It's sad.
What about we just surrender at this point?
No.
Okay,
No,
and
you're
at
not.
this point,
No, at this point I think we transport back to the Tamworth.
We can't. We got the crackly thing. When,
Oh, yes, that's right.
when I tried to speak to the ship.
It's one of those when the party gives up, they all run away situations.
okay,
Hooray!
the
I did that once. I'm gonna do it
the
again.
the attackers
Yes.
take their 2 prisoners and then they disappear.
Did they? Okay, so they've already taken
They took me.
Jungle Bob. Well, they took you.
Well, that's the miniature he picked up, so they took me.
So they took Lomax and the scientist.
He took Lomax and the scientist. Yes,
Lomax and Mabasi.
Benji decided.
Benji
Oh,
and
no!
Eric have been taken.
I don't want to be in a cell with Gandhi. I'll have to kill him. It's
He's not
instinctual.
Indian. He's African.
No, it's instinctual.
For being African.
Okay.
No, killing Gandhi.
At
Okay,
this point, we walk over
all right.
and try and give medical aid to the elder who took the shock prod to the face, and at the same time ask,
I want you to try and find that transporter.
Okay, in that
signature
case, somebody
rather
else.
than- Somebody else can do that. Who's
Okay.
left here?
So, trying to track, because we're no longer in combat, yes,
Okay, yes, good.
we will use science or engineering. What would be more effective? I've got them at 3, so it probably doesn't make much of a difference.
Okay. Science or engineering? I'd say science is probably more effective.
Okay. And is there anything unusual about the nature of their transporter patterns or stuff? Which
Roll on science.
Okay.
Can I roll a dice as well? So I got to
So what I'm asking is it different enough that I'd get a bonus from my intuitive xenotechnology?
Let's see.
Okay. Minus and 0, so that's my total is 1.
You find that the transporter signature is weird because it seems to be coming directly from south of the courtyard.
Not up, but actually.
In fact, south of the courtyard and upwards.
Look for a mountain. Look for a
Is there a
mountain.
mountain or is there?
Or a
Okay,
pyramid
how
or
far
something.
upwards?
Approximately 5 metres.
Is that drone used as being acted as a point-to-point enhancer?
Roll the science.
+2 and zeros. So +2 onto science, total of 5.
The drone has been used indeed as a point-to-point enhancer.
Okay.
Can we get
Can
one?
we use it? Can I hack it?
Okay. All right. Roll on operations.
Operations. +2. Those cancel out. Okay, so +1 on 2 operations of 5, total of 5. So +4, total of 5.
The drone drops to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a bit of it seems to spark and fizzle as it hits to the ground.
Okay.
It blew itself up.
Is it shorted out or blew itself up? There's a difference.
Check
Well,
it out.
that's something that
Tricorder.
that's something that the chief engineer might be able to find out.
Right. Did it blow itself up, or did it? What's happened to it?
Three.
You are easily able to find the small explosive capsule in the drone that detonated just before it hit the ground.
Am I able to reconstruct what's left?
Sorry, say again.
Am I able to, zoom, enhance, reconstruct?
Unfortunately for you, the people who designed this drone weren't complete fools, and the explosive was positioned directly over the memory chips of the drone.
All right, I might as well try Rorschach to Tamworth.
Hang on, why don't we wake up some of these?
Oh, just so that we can contact
Commander Rorschach, this is Tamworth.
Wouldn't that be Captain Rorschach?
Sorry, Captain Rorschach, this is Tamworth.
We have lost 2 of the away team. They were beamed out. Can you trace the signal?
No, we cannot.
Can you locate our away team members?
No, we cannot. They have been put somewhere where we cannot see them. The last we had was with you a few minutes ago. Then there was some kind of interference which we were trying to cut through, and now they're not there.
Okay, that suggests that they're probably on the planet somewhere, but they're being blocked. Okay.
I want you to monitor their comm badges, and if they come back online even for a split second, contact us.
Hi, Captain.
Okay, examining the remains of the drone, we can't actually get anything from the memory. Can we get an estimation of how far it could act as an enhancer? Is it relatively short range? Is it to low planet orbit? Is it to the other side of the planet? Is it up to the moons?
Unfortunately, the wreckage does not give you any real information.
Okay, fine.
Good thought. Very good thought.
Okay, I think we might need to start interrogating people. Do we want to interrogate the space Nazis first or the monks first? The keepers first, sorry.
Well,
I don't think we need to interrogate the keepers, although we could ask them questions. So, hang on.
In the broadest possible
The
sense.
elders,
yes.
are they both okay? There was 2 of them?
Yes. Elder Varus has recovered from his shock prodding.
Mm-hmm.
Although he's got a nasty shiner on his eye, he's otherwise okay.
Yep.
Sorry, that's Keeper Varus, and Elder Corvus was uninjured in the entire incident.
Okay. Keeper Varus and Elder Corvus.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Sure,
so
that's me.
I'll walk over to both of them, whichever one looks like the healthier one,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll say to him, we came here as a result of answering a distress signal, and now 2 of my men are missing, and I want some answers.
Elder Corvus looks at you strangely and said, "Distress signal. What distress signal?"
It's orbiting above the planet, isn't it? The ship?
The ship, was left. I don't think we towed it to this planetary location, which means it's still in the solar system, but it's out. The ship that we discovered and used it to trace to this planet, it's still out on away from the planet, or did
It's in the bay.
It's in the bay. Oh, right. Sorry.
But
So
what signal did you detect?
I can bring up the signal from my tricorder.
Okay, you do that.
Give the specifics and the specific signal.
So do you play the signal audio?
Yep.
Yes.
At this point,
Mm.
Elder Corvus flinches a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and Varus makes a sign that looks kind of like he's warding off the evil eye.
Space Hitler confirmed.
Oh, we've played the humpback whale sound from Star Trek 4. You recognise this signal?
From stories, Captain.
Tell us this story.
May we have context, please? What is going on?
Hang on a moment, sorry. Roll on empathy.
I don't think I'm trying to be empathetic.
Just do it.
It's
Roll!
part of the captain's job.
Roll!
Roll like your life depends on it.
Roll!
Oh, that's alright.
That's good.
No, but that takes away that. So, empathy, I think it's going to be 3.
Okay, that's good enough.
Yeah, 3.
Varen is quite disturbed, but he says, when the first generations of Novaterrans came to this planet, we relied on these distress signals in our early struggles to survive. But in recent months, some have started manipulating the old distress signals. We think they might be trying to reignite ancient conflicts, but we don't know.
So when have you heard these signals or whatever recently?
They have been odd. They have been coming over the radio network, and we don't know what they mean, but we are concerned. They are sending a signal that we do not know what the signal means, but we can tell you what letters it translates to. H-A-H.
Wasn't HOH before?
Hotel Alpha Hotel.
Last session it was HOH.
Was it? I can't remember. Sorry.
Is it supposed to be the same signal? That's whatever last game was.
I'm sorry. I thought I said H-A-H.
Well, we can change it to that. Does it make any difference?
Retcon. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. H-A-H.
So what context was it in the last gaming session? When did we get that info?
That was when we first detected it as we discovered the wreckage of the ship out on the other side of the solar system.
And we left that ship all the way back somewhere.
No, that was me misremembering. Apparently,
We've got
according to Jono, it's in our bay on the family.
Knowing about that, Ray, can you do another engineering roll on the remains of the probe?
This is made of the same stuff as the ship.
5.
Okay.
Nice.
You can see that the probe was indeed broadcasting that signal, and further, when you've looked at the probe, you notice that painted on the side is this.
I've seen that before somewhere.
Why, where have we seen that?
Well, that's H-A-H.
It doesn't mean much to you, but the monks react to it like they've been shot.
I'm assuming that's H-A-H.
I would assume so too.
So-
But there is something more to
We
it.
asked the monks what this means. What are
Again,
these
we
strange
don't know,
patterns?
but we've seen this in film footage of some of the forces that have been causing chaos on our
And what do
planet.
these forces do?
They
Wars.
shoot people, they do terrorist acts, and they abduct people.
This is going to be like a
Okay.
Rings of Power.
Is that
thing.
specifically for the cities and towns around this particular citadel, or is it in other cities elsewhere on the planet?
We've only seen it here,
Mm-hmm.
but we have no way of really knowing what's happening in the other
Very well
areas.
then. Okay.
Can everyone roll for notice?
Yes, Ray? Did you win?
-1.
This is 2. No, it's going to be no good. Oh, good. His is better. 5. That's Thalmic.
Okay.
I got a total of 3.
Oh, that might
Okay.
be enough. You might notice something.
Nevaeus notices that one of the monks, Brother Ilvos, is lingering near the wreckage, hands clenched. He doesn't speak, but his eyes drift towards something in the direction of one of the buildings, as if he knows something.
I shall take note of this. It may be useful later. Okay, how long have these terrorist acts been occurring for, and do you have any information yet on where they are situating their activities?
As I said, we
Yeah,
don't really know
it's-
where because we
those
don't
two
get
are
that
the
much
same,
information
yeah.
from all the brotherhoods.
Mhm.
We know they've been seen in the city.
That's an A. That's an H.
We know
Yeah.
we know that they have been seen in give me a moment, sorry.
Can you see H, A, and H in there, or
No,
do you just
no,
have H
it'd
and
be
E?
well the first and last symbol are the same pattern, and then there's a different one in there.
We know that they have been seen in Obscura Enclave.
Okay. Player question: do we know what town or city that name corresponds
No,
to?
you do not.
No, we only know sort of general things about the
But
location.
you may ask about it if
we
you like.
certainly don't
Yes,
know
we'll
the
probably
names
need
for
to.
anything.
Ask
Ob-
about that.
Obscura Enclave, that's a very, very large city.
Okay.
Oh, we know which one that is. Yes.
Well, no, we probably know which one it is. We probably should confirm.
We called it the mega city before.
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of. We better
It is a
confirm.
giant city. It has a population of over 300 million.
Yeah, that's them.
Okay.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find. You've been taken to the mega city.
How do we know
Easy.
this? Because of the symbols.
We'll find your easel.
No.
Where can they hide you in a mega city?
In a cupboard.
We're probably off in the jungle somewhere.
Brother Ilvos seems to be sneaking off in the direction of the building he was looking towards.
I'm not there, so somebody else better do something.
Well,
Whose brother?
I
is
shall. I shall gently walk up to brother.
Ilvos,
Your boss.
Actually, considering that brother Kiba Korvos is the
Cyberman?
leader,
Yeah.
I was going to go to
Cyberman,
Kiba
okay.
Varus,
yes.
since he would probably not be the one answering, and simply go. Should he be going over in that direction?
Brother Ilvos, if you could walk over here a moment. Brother Ilvos
Does he come back?
looks puzzled, but he walks over.
Okay. Pardon me, you seemed very interested in the building over there. Is it relevant to our current discussion?
At this point, he looks wild and runs. Roll on notice, everyone.
No.
By the way, we do have
Mm-hmm.
we've boomed down a spare security ensign and a spare science ensign.
Oh, God. We've got the night
So if
shift.
you wanted to add an extra skill such as notice into them, you might be able to do that.
Make his notice
I
plus
got a
5.
total
He
of
notices
3.
everything. We can't do anything.
He's got 2 1 spots. Let's not get too excited here.
No.
Pardon?
No,
My
make it
notice
5.
is a total of 3.
If
Okay,
anyone
it's a
better
total of
fight than
3.
me.
That's 20. Yeah.
That's not much, but you know what?
Hmm?
It's totally enough. Brother Ilvos, as he's trying to run away, trips on a tree root and falls flat on his face.
Beating sound like.
Okay, so I say, number 1, go get him.
Okay, I'll go get him. I'm
Okay.
supposed to rough him up.
Well, it's up to you. What are you going to do?
Let's not. Let's just drag him back and find out where he was going.
So, what approach are you going to take to getting information out of Brother Ilvos?
Let's
I think your only hope to get out of this and to get your whoever you're protecting out of this is to cooperate with us.
Okay, everyone who's in the area and who might be in a position to do so, roll on rapport.
Can I use diplomacy instead?
You can, yes.
Five.
No.
Okay.
1.
If
Okay.
I invoke
I'll
my
roll
surprisingly
first.
sociable for a Vulcan, I get a total of 4.
Well, I'm going to actually give it to Ravo because he's got 5 in diplomacy.
Okay.
And at this point, Ilvos understands the nature of the situation that he is in and says, our duty is not merely to preserve history. Our duty is to reshape it. The arrival of people like you threatens the balance of Novaterran society.
That's probably true.
Harmonio, Otaretaro, Heritajo.
Okay.
And he drops dead.
We know what it means now.
He drops dead. Did you take a photo?
Harmony of authority. What?
Science roll.
What was harmony, authority, and something else?
-1 for a total of 2.
2. It's enough for you to find out that he has taken poison.
Okay.
So what did he yell out again?
Harmonio, Autoritato,
Hey,
Heritacho.
hey,
Harmony, oration, I don't know.
Authority and heritage.
Okay.
Well, that's what I'm going with.
Well, that's certainly as much as you're going to get from anybody here.
Well, I mean, we're speaking Esperanto now, so be able to know.
That would be that presumably is
Okay,
the,
fair enough. Elder Corvos, by the way, you're speaking as your science ensign. Elder Corvos nods and said, "That is what the words mean."
Excellent. Fascists.
What would I get?
so they're using
You
it
get.
as a slogan.
You've said. Hang on, where is it?
Authority, heritage, and something else.
Yeah, it's heritage, harmony, authority, and heritage.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fascist to me. That sounds pretty fascio.
Now, let's have a look at the people that you've.
I think we should contemplate Rome at least once a day.
Now,
You know, that's a
is anybody wanting to investigate the guys who've been knocked over?
It is,
What, in Australia?
yeah. We just.
Oh, you know me. But I wasn't doing it. I was doing Ravenswood.
Okay, you'll notice that they are.
Come in front of the camera and do
No,
it.
absolutely not.
Exactly.
There are 3 distinct symbols being worn.
Before we revive them,
Yes,
do we know how the guy poisoned himself?
with a tablet.
Okay.
Fake tooth?
No, just a tablet. He wasn't that imaginative.
Okay,
Only
before we
used for
revive them,
bamboo
we
shoots.
check them for tablets.
Okay, you find no evidence of the tablet of any kind of obvious suicide.
No fake teeth.
No fake teeth. Well,
Okay.
one of them, a few of them have routine
Dental procedures.
routine dental procedures,
Remember the tooth.
but none of them seem to have a tooth with got a suspicious hollow full of
You,
poison
you
gas.
can breathe the breath of the first.
Good thought, though. Very good thought. I
How
didn't
cool
think
was
of that.
that scene in
Okay,
the
so-
films?
It was. But
Now, what you
yeah,
notice-
So fast.
What you notice is that these 2 guys are wearing this symbol.
Nothing fascist about that.
These guys are wearing that symbol,
Perfectly innocent lightning
and this
flash.
guy's wearing that symbol.
Okay, so they're
Nothing, nothing
I mean,
fascist at all.
they're going to align with those 3 phrases.
Okay,
About
does somebody
heritage and unity and
Nazis,
authority.
Nazis, and Nazis.
does somebody have tactical? Unfortunately, our tactical officer has been abducted.
No.
Does somebody have tactical?
Okay, my character has 1 in tactical.
Okay, go ahead. Has anyone got more than that?
Here comes the Sadie roll.
Okay, let's have a go. Ooh, that is a Sadie roll.
Sadie roll.
Okay, well, that's a bummer.
tactical.
Anybody else got tactical?
Here comes the Sadie roll. Sadie roll.
Yeah, I've got 1 in tactical. Thalmic's got 1 in
Make
tactical.
a
Okay, give it a go.
Sadie roll.
Stop saying it's Sadie roll. I want to make a good roll.
That is a Sadie roll.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
got
It's actually.
2.
Yeah, I got 2.
It's a 2. That's good enough.
It's good enough.
You identify that the guys with the sword and shield logo are actually carrying military weapons.
Where did these guys come from? I was
And further, it actually looks like they're more wearing a uniform, whereas the other guys are wearing just civilian clothes.
Hang on. So the sword and shield wearing weapons. Who doesn't have a weapon?
No.
They all had weapons.
You can't identify what the weapons are here. They've all got weapons of some sort.
What are they?
But the ones who, these
That's
guys
their military patches.
aren't using
Or their
military
organisational
weapons.
patches.
Well, they have one each, or are they wearing all three?
Are they,
No, they have
okay,
one
then
each.
in that case, are they
How many
generic
which or
civilian weapons, such as you'd use for hunting? Or are they mad science constructs or something?
This is heritage, representing the purity of the
You're-
blood of the super species.
You are not sure. You're not sure what you see. You think that some of
This
them
is
look like
authoritaire.
tools. They look fairly makeshift in their nature.
I'm assuming that's
Okay.
harmony for some bizarre reason.
The monks do not
And
appear to have
that
seen
was the
anything of
fascist
this
symbol
type.
they have left over, so they use that for authority.
The monks look a bit bemused about you looking at their logos.
Oh, freaking hell!
Bemused.
Yes.
Why?
Well, because
We asked them.
We all
Why?
wear Nazi symbols.
because those are just symbols of brotherhoods.
Oh god!
Oh, brotherhoods.
Yes.
Which brotherhoods?
Nazis.
Well,
Sorry, well, we're not from this planet. We're
of
not
course.
up to date
You
on
wouldn't-
all of your social.
You would not recognise
Yeah,
it.
we're
That
not.
is that is our fault, of course.
We're not up to date
Um,
with our symbols of brotherhood.
This one is La Gildano de Fiaro, the Guild of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the shield, that is La Glavo Kai Sildo, the sword and shield. And the other one is La Ombre de Numo, the shadows of the cloud.
Shadows of the Cloud, Sword and Shield or something. I forgot what that one was.
Shadows of the cloud, they live in the mega city.
Right.
Everyone on this planet is a fascist. They're just fighting over very, very minor differences in ideology.
So this phrase.
La Gildano de Fiaro,
Yeah.
they live in the volcanic areas. The volcanic areas off the coast.
We've
Oh, yeah.
seen them.
And
They were going for
The,
the symbol of
um,
victory.
La Glavo Kai Shildo live in the desert areas in military camps.
They like to set off nuclear bombs for fun.
Mm.
Now, the phrase, the three-word phrase, harmony, authority, and heritage, is that normally spoken by these?
There are three normal words. However, they do match the signals that we've been getting.
Okay, so it's not just something someone would say in normal speech, right?
No, definitely not.
Okay, so it's-
Elon might say it.
All right.
It suggests it's a very widespread. Me.
Really?
A very widespread. Sorry, just hiccups. It sounds like it's a very widespread social movement or uprising.
So there are three distinct places where you could go next. There is the Sword and Shield, the Shadows of the Cloud, and the Forges of Light.
that'd be the forges of light.
We found some people wearing your symbols.
Mm.
We all wear these symbols. There's 10 million of us. Well, we'll just leave by this door.
Formerly Pew.
All under arrest.
Exactly. Formerly Pew.
Elder Corvos, watching you guys cross purposes, says to you, we can, if you wish, help you get to any of these places.
Okay, we should just choose a place, I think.
Mm.
And
They're all going to be.
we know nothing. Come, step into this conference room where we can discuss it in private.
Before we go, what can you tell us about the ancient ruins?
The ancient ruins. This is a place where originally the original Nova Terrans landed here. Our ancestors were aboard the Nova Terra, a sleeper ship launched from Earth in the dying years of the 21st century. This was when humanity was still reeling from the horrors of war.
A new Earth.
The vessel carried no living crew, only an AI. Its directives simple:
And a
find a
gene-
habitable world, raise the first generation in artificial wombs, and teach them how to build a new home.
Okay.
So they had a stash of gametes on board.
But a miscalculation occurred, an unseen hazard, and Nova Terra fell from the stars, crashing onto this world. Here.
We've probably asked this question before. What actual racial makeup are all these? They're a blending of stuff, aren't they?
They're fairly blended.
Yes.
In other words,
Yes.
it's a sample of human
Yeah,
diversity,
They're all
and-
red. Yes.
and they probably had a massive stash of gametes, and consequently potentially a large founding
Well, they
population.
may not have even had that. They may have just had amino acids and
Oh, wowzers.
and
Wowzers.
encoded genomes.
Elder Corvos says, we know of our first generations. They were frozen embryos.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Not even gametes then.
However, whilst the first generation were able to be brought up,
Zygotes.
the technology died very quickly, and
Sounds like
very
something the
soon,
UN would have done.
very soon we became a normal colony.
Let's take
How
a
did
sample.
they raise that first generation of
Well,
children?
the AI did what it could. The first generations were raised within the ship's failing systems.
Stop pooping your pants! I have no arms.
Their world was no larger than its dim corridors. Education was inconsistent and knowledge fragmented. As they merged onto the harsh world beyond, they divided. Not by choice, but by necessity. Each group took what knowledge they could salvage and built their own ways of life.
So there's no civilization that predates the Earth settlement.
No.
So what's the ancient ruins then? That's
The ancient ruins is the place where the Nova Terra crashed.
right.
But what do they look like? They're a giant pyramid or something?
So it's the ruins of Nova Terra.
The ruins are made largely of the. If you have a look at it, the ruins are made mostly of the remains of the ship.
Ah, okay.
Oh, used as habitats for the original generations.
They scavenge parts
So
of the
not
ships
that
to
ancient.
build-
How long ago was this?
Is the original
Several
AI
hundred years
still
ago.
functional?
Okay.
No, the AI did not last after the first generation.
Ran out of juice.
Or could we
Ran out of
reduce it?
GPUs.
If it just ran out of juice, we could power it
Potentially,
up.
we'll have to work it out.
I'm
What's
not
wrong with
actually
it?
here, so that's this guy's idea.
So all of the
It's a G.
all of the
I
places.
promote him automatically.
So the three places you are thinking of going,
Mm-hmm.
each of those represents the
Captain,
descendants of one of those brotherhoods.
Sorry, what does?
Each of the places you may visit on this world represents the
Yeah.
descendants of one of those brotherhoods.
Yeah. So from one of these brotherhoods,
Mm-hmm.
It's like Fallout. They won't let us into it.
there's no. This is the total number of brotherhoods in the world.
There are 9.
There are 9.
Don't
These are
play
3.
Fallout.
Okay.
I know, but I've read so much about it. I have
Okay.
I have a free scenario based on the Fallout.
So, in other words, this little bit of
I just fell in love with the
clue
world.
is not that great a clue. It's just telling us about the affiliation of this mob of individuals
Those
with
three
3
games are pretty
separate
Varus
tribes.
smiles slightly and says, that he's only telling you what any child on our world would know.
What?
It's so simple. I will not tell you.
He's only telling you the simple history of our people, and this is something we teach our children.
Sure, but I guess I'm just saying that I'm just trying to clarify that there's nothing special about these 3 symbols. They just represent. They're 3 out of the 9 clans, tribes, whatever
Correct.
you call them.
Correct. Those are 3 of them.
On this planet. So,
Yes.
in other words, it's not some special secret society that we're going to be able to track down.
No, not those.
Yeah.
What
But the
what are
3-word
symbols?
phrase may well be.
What are the symbols of the other? What is it? 5 or 4 societies? 6.
Well, the other 6, you will encounter them along the way.
Read the Danes and DM hasn't made them up yet.
The DM had enough trouble making up 3.
Na 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 na
No,
na.
I've been there before, right? And
Na
before.
na 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 na.
Okay then.
So would you like to know? What would you like to know?
Na 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 na.
Okay,
You're
let
not
us
helping.
think. Is there some way of Peter? Shut up. Is there some way of whittling down the place we should most likely go? Not that I can think of. But
Let's just pick one.
Well,
be best.
one of the monks points out that. Did you say one of you had identified these as military weapons?
Yes, I believe.
Well, that would probably mean that they come from
Military seal.
that.
Well,
Those
not
weapons.
all of them are military weapons. Some of these are very makeshift.
But the military
The
ones come from
weapons would
military
come
seal.
from La Glavo Cashildo.
Military seal.
Let's just go there.
La Glavo
In the desert.
Cashildo.
Yeah.
This
Their
one.
barracks.
Glavo Cashildo.
Largest
Lavo
barracks
Cashildo.
in the
It's,
universe.
to be honest, it's quite useful to know a little bit of Latin with this Esperanto business.
Lavo. The
Glav-
glove of shields.
Glavo stabi sordi, skildo, shield,
I'm skilled at stabbing people.
Sword and shield.
sword and shield. Glavo.
Okay.
As in
Elder
Gladius.
Corvos tells you that the sword and shield were
I
born.
wanted it. I've got glasses.
The sword and shield were born from the ashes of early wars. They vowed to bring order through might. Their martial discipline turned them into the planet's enforcers, ensuring stability, but at the cost of freedom. Their camps grew into strongholds, their soldiers into rulers.
Are they all eunuchs that wear those shirts?
What
and
was,
rompers?
what was the three terms again? It was authority, heritage.
Ancestry, I think it was.
Ancestry.
No,
No.
heritage.
Heritage.
Authority, heritage.
authority, and
What's the other one?
his,
Harmony, authority,
Harmony,
authority, and heritage.
So this one, I'm guessing this one is representing authority. Yes.
Mhm.
What do we know about the next one?
no, they don't represent those things.
No, they
We've
don't.
been told
They
they
don't.
don't
They
represent
don't.
those
They
things.
represent the societies that
Okay.
there are like 8 or 9
Don't
of. or
do
something.
that.
HOH
You're ruining
is,
everything.
is a thread,
No.
is a secret society
You-
that has
you
members
did
from at
wrong.
least 3 of the 9
Now fix
societies.
it. Yes.
And you're not even there, Jungle Jim.
No. Yes.
I'm not from the jungle.
No. Gandhi has failed again.
He's not
Okay.
Indian.
I'm from Dakar.
He's
The
you
car-
from Dawagan.
In Dakar, in India.
No.
Dhaka, the rally.
Next to the
Senegal.
Naga Hills.
Senegal. Now what?
Yeah, that's Ceylon.
Senegal. Is your friend's name Stephen?
No, he is not.
Stephen
Why did you ask
Senegal.
that? Why did you ask that, strange person?
Just trying to work out where Dave's from. He's
Actually,
from Stephen,
actually,
Senegal.
I think I decided on it's from Nigeria or something, but I haven't actually remembered.
What about Wakanda? Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Could be from Wakanda.
Well, you know, it's the 25th century. Maybe it exists now.
Elder Corvos watches you guys yakking on.
Yeah.
So, do you have any idea of where you wish to go?
Yep, Wakanda.
I don't think we do.
I agree. Let's go to Wakanda. They will worship as gods.
I mean,
No, they
what,
won't.
Yes, they will.
what do we
And
got?
ran
We've
away.
got 3 symbols representing 3 different places.
Yeah, let's just pick
so
a
I
place.
guess we just pick a place. What else is there
Well,
to do?
first, we drop a nuclear bomb on them, and the survivors. will
Presumably,
worship as
this symbology here is the 3-word phrase.
We don't know what that symbol means, but we do know that that's been turning up wherever there is.
Yeah, I
terrorism.
reckon it corresponds to the 3-word phrase.
gods. Or it's
The
land from
coincidence
Warhammer.
implies that it's correlated.
Oh, except these 2 symbols are exactly the same. So this is SOS. This is the dot 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 dash dash dash. Why is it H? How do you get H out of
Discovering
that?
stuff that we worked out in 1 hour.
Because harmony, authority, and heritage is HAH.
Oh yeah.
Has he not listened to our conversation for the last hour?
No, he's
At
been,
all.
He's been over there playing with his Tamagotchis.
So HH, which corresponds to the dot 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 dash 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 dot dot dot,
Yes.
and which for some reason we knew what letters they were before, didn't we? How did we do that?
Ray knew it. Ray knew it.
Ray knew that it was an ancient distress call,
Right.
and Elder
Okay, so this is
Varus
Harmony, Authority,
confirmed
and
that
Heritage.
that was
Okay.
that the terrorists had started repurposing old symbols.
I mean, I did hear you going on about H before. And
Yeah,
how
but
do
did you listen?
How do you read H out of that? I just was very
Did you
confused.
listen?
It's basic pattern recognition. Don't worry about
I still don't see a H. I don't see how you see a H there.
We don't see a during A or anything.
it. We're not seeing it literally
Well,
in the
then why are
picture
you
group.
calling it a pattern recognition?
Harmony, authority,
I see.
Heritage.
The
Yeah,
fact that you
yeah.
got
symbol.
yeah,
other
yeah,
symbol
yeah, I
and
get
the
it.
first
I get
symbol.
it. I get it. It's not that I don't get it.
Just to help, if you say ChatGPT, can you give me glyphs that could represent blah
Is that-
blah?
Is that
That's
we-
what it gives you.
Okay, that's okay. Okay, so let's just pick one. What else can we fucking do? Because
Let's
I don't
not go
think
to the military one.
I don't
think
It's
we have
probably
it-
the most dangerous.
I don't think we have anything else specific to deal with.
Maybe you should go to thermal vent place first because it sounds interesting. If
Okay.
nothing else.
Okay.
I'm happy to be sacrificed to a volcano god.
They don't have. They'll sacrifice to the volcano vent, not the volcano god.
So the Guild of Fire says,
The Guild of
says,
Fire.
says Elder Corvo trying to keep up.
Yes.
Master of the Beast people, votes yay!
Oh,
The
that's
guild-
right. He was giving us flavour text for each
The
of
Guild
these.
of Fire, the Keepers of Energy, worship the power they can control. Their techno-theocracy brought light to the world, but faith and science do not always walk the same path. Schisms fractured their order, and each faction vying for control of dwindling resources. Right now, hang on, give me a moment to go there. Right now, they're causing labour unrest and economic struggles. Things are bad in their area.
Their political powers are Fahrenheit and Celsius.
They're not cyber dudes, are they? They haven't replaced half their organs with robot parts.
No. That's
That's the other place we're not going.
That's no, we do have a brotherhood like that.
Cyber dudes!
Their name's-
Cyber dudes!
Ever since I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
That would be the La Corpagadastoy, the bodyguards.
You'll cry for me to save you, but I am already saved.
I am already saved.
I serve the Omni
They are
machine.
strange people.
Yes.
Techno-mechanica stuff.
We arrived there, they have no technology.
The bodyguards, masters of life itself, advanced the medical sciences far beyond any other brotherhood. They saw themselves as protectors of the people, yet in their pursuit of bioethics, they restricted freedoms, dictating who should live, how long, and under what conditions.
Nothing fascist there.
Yeah, and it's like it was a computer game featuring Adeptus Mechanicus from Mars, and there's really quite a cool little piece of, like, it's a little monologue. It's actually quite clever. I don't know who
If I'm
wrote
remembering
it.
correctly, they're very good at monologues.
Whoever wrote it was quite clever.
Right, what,
But
sorry?
a monologue about the Adeptus
The
Mechanicus.
Omnisire!
If you have any idea what that is.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Warhammer
Omnisire.
40
They live on Mars.
Warhammer 40k stuff. Yes, living
He
on
is the
Mars.
Emperor, but he's not actually.
And yes, they hang out with the Imperials because it's convenient for both of them to do so. Even though technically either of them should hate the other. Okay, so
We
are
found
you
another
going
two
to the
fascist groups?
Are you going to the Guild of Fire?
I think. Well, that was Peter's option. Or
Yes.
mine as well. So it's one of these three symbols.
Yeah, the Guild of Fire.
I assume it's
That's
that
their
one.
flag.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do that.
As opposed to
The turtle shield.
military
Can I
psycho.
apologise for always being dead tired? And
That's totally okay.
suggest that we actually wrap up for them.
That is fine.
I mean, I'm pretty buggered.
Because I
to
have
be
a
honest.
drive home and
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
in good shape.
It's no problem at all.
I knew this would happen and I drank some Red Bull. Thank you very much.
Well, okay.
Saxon understands the weaknesses of the flesh and tries to compensate.
Yes.
The good news is, I actually had, just so you understand, out of game, we got through what I was thinking would be the first 20 minutes of the game.
Oh yeah.
So this is us farting around.
Isn't it?
Well, no. I mean, what combat? You just have to. You don't have to realise combat often slows things down a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just, especially if, like me, you don't really know how it works.
Yeah.
And also, the other thing about it is the good news, and something that's really good, is that you guys
Put your
have actually,
offerings in the bucket.
you guys have actually.
Bucket offerings.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, I'll just throw them at Ray. Go on.
And don't forget to put your fate points in your
Throw
sheet.
your offerings at Ray.
Yeah.
Don't throw those at Ray.
I'd rather you threw money.
But no.
All your credit cards will do.
So the downside is I found combat very hard to manage. The upside is, although I found it hard to manage, you guys actually dived into it really well, which is appreciated. Also, an upside of it all is that you guys really approached the investigation with a lot more oomph than I was expecting. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
that was good.
Oh.
So, short version, bits that I thought would be glossed over quickly turned out to be a lot of fun, and bits that I thought you wouldn't be doing much with, you did much with. So that's good.
So I'll just note one little thing about all of the work that Bobby and myself have been doing with the house. Bobby did some investigation in the paperwork up at council offices. It seems that the paperwork that was put in for the very brief time that we had a granny flat on there back in the 80s is still valid. So the very jury-rigged flat that is down the back of Dad's house means it counts as dual residency. So we're hoping that that'll push the price up from a base of around 800,000 to closer to 1 million.
That's
So
not
we've got
bad.
basically we've got
1 million.
basically 2 legal properties.
Sounds good.
Wowzers. Wowzers.
That's not my bag.
This is how you lose stuff, Jono. You put your stuff
no,
in
no,
other
no.
people's bag.
I'm highly skilled at losing stuff.
Are you absolutely sure it's just you losing it and not your students nicking it on you? Says
well,
he pointedly.
says me. That would not have even been a possibility until last week because I actually got unretired last week.
Oh yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so so I came in to do some casual teaching on Tuesday last week,
Yeah.
and just as I'm trying to get out the door at the end of the day, Julia, the director of studies, comes up to me and goes, Jono, just wondering, how would you feel about doing some part-time instead of casual?
Well, it's just an emergent.
Well, I'd have to do some mucking around to make it work. Turns out that my replacement has had real trouble. Basically, he couldn't control the class, and eventually it got to the point where they've had to let him go. So,
God.
yeah, it was a bit of a shock.
And in a teaching crisis, you must be shit.
Well, the way that they... okay, here's the thing. I actually don't know the full
Turn the
story.
recorder off.
But basically, the impression that I got was if they let him go now and didn't put anything nasty on his record, they felt he might be able to
Come good.
he might be able to come good in another school some stage.
Yeah, it can be somebody else's problem now.
That's how it works.
Well,
Give him a really
Hold on a second. I know that there are no names being named, but nevertheless, this is being recorded. Do we wish to turn off the video?
Oh, we want this guy to sue us, Saxon.
Okay, fine. Proceed.
Lots of references.
Well, nobody needs to know anybody's name, really.
No.
yeah,
No
probably
one
good
will
to
know
cut
who
off that last little
Ron
bit.
Zepp is.
Not that anybody's likely to actually listen.
I
But
don't know who any of these
Our fans.
Why am I cursed to be actually paying attention to what's going on, lad?
thank you for that. That was a good idea.
And tonight's episode has been brought to you by our sponsor, Solo, who has no interest in this whatsoever.
Beep, bop, boppity, beep.